slowly out of sight. Just tell me how to make it right for you. Oh, I won't turn my back on you. I will take you out there.
Feel the thunder, shake the open ground. Won't give in, I'm fighting for the crown. Heavy clouds are way above my head, like all of my regrets and things I never said. No, got a feeling, shiver in my bones. Something's coming, but nobody knows. Angel
last night, 'cause I couldn't close my eyes and see you another night. I drove myself crazy thinking you'd take my wildest dreams and tear them all to the ground. So I tried to create a decoy world for you to destroy in my mind. You could stay and believe you're tearing me apart while I'm coming to life, while I'm coming to life. Keep the secret. You found my darkest demons and brought them out in the light. So I ran to all the preachers, despite having every reason to shut down and mobilize. So I prayed to the gods for one last saving grace against all odds, and I built an escape using all my energy just to come back to life, back to life.
Walking on the moon.
One moment to escape.
To the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. We've got a good one on our hands tonight. A couple of games, a couple of different teams playing for Boise State, but we're going to kick everything off with Rocket League tonight for Boise State, continuing on their journey in NACE. The Broncos right now looking pretty strong. They're going to actually be playing themselves coming up tomorrow, as we've talked about with NACE. Both teams have to be in the same group, so that's something to look forward to. As you can see, Ace Pocket and Cosmo Buster, they're getting hyped up, sitting on the blue. They're ready to go. This team right now has not dropped dropped a game on the stream in Nace, and they're ready to keep that going tonight as they're going to be taking on the Montana Grizzlies to kick things off. Now, we saw the Grizzlies earlier last week. They were able to take down the Boise State Orange squad with a 3-0 victory, but it was not without some fireworks. A last-second game-tying goal by Thunderama nearly stole game one for Boise State, but that was not to be the case. So you know that this team for Boise State has probably seen those VODs. They are well ready to go to take on Montana. We'll see if the Boise State Blue squad of Cosmo Buster, Ace Pocket, and Baynock able to get some revenge and take down Montana. And it's going to be a very action-packed night coming up after that. We've got Rocket League, we've got League of Legends in the Mountain West Fall Tournament, but we're going to have Rocket League to kick things off, and I'm very excited. As we talked about in Nace, we've said it for Overwatch, said it again for Rocket League. This is a very, very strong Boise State season so far. The Blue squad for Rocket League has not dropped a single match. As we take a look here at the Nace Skill Shot Rocket League breakdown, 123 universities, 12 groups, 11 rounds of group play. Both Boise State squads are in Group A. As we mentioned, they will play each other tomorrow night, so you want to make sure you come back for that, because I love these blue versus orange games that actually mean something, that aren't just scrims. And then much like Overwatch, playoffs going to kick things off at the start of November. Still a long way to go for there, as we are going to get right into it. So you see that Boise State and Thunderama right now, they're going to try and take that one around bow tie, and Boise State right now off to a very good start. Amaze not able to do anything there as Circuit pushes it down over to his teammate. Caden not able to control it. Thunderama going to send it towards midfield, but a nice steal away by Soul on goal. That one shaded at the crossbar, and it does. Caden's there for the follow-up. Going to get demoed by Soul. A's now going to try and carry it forward. He can't get it as Thunderama's able to steal that one away. Bowtie going to take a shot on goal. Circuit's going to turn that one away. Soul now going to elevate, and he unfortunately cannot get much on that one. He's going to try and follow it up, put it in front of the net. Thunderama able to push that one away. Bowtie, though, going to put a shot on goal. Nice demo. That one's going to go just right. Thunderama and A's going to run into each other. Caden actually going to think the one unfortunately hit that in the goal, and the Grizzlies going to strike first here. You can see A's had a wide open goal off the demo. Actually gets a second touch. Couldn't quite see from the camera angle. You can see all three members of Boise State come charging in. None of them able to get anything on the ball. So the Grizzlies going to kick things off with a 1-0 lead here in game one. Circuit and Soul going to collide in midfield. Ball going back towards A's and Bowtie. Bowtie's going to be the one who tries to carry it over midfield. Thunderama is there. He's up on the wall. Him and A's going to collide. Ball stays on the Broncos side. And now we have Bowtie dribbling it on net. Great save there by Caden. Looks like the ball was just off to the side of the net, but he's going to lose his dribble off the ceiling. Member of the Grizzlies going to go flying past, and Circuit's able to push it down, but A's is right there. Pops it over to Bowtie, who actually retreats on goal. That's going to open something up for the Broncos. First shot going to go wide. Second shot's going to go wide as well. Thunderama can't keep it alive, and now A's has one man to his left, one man in the goal. Tries to just play it right through Circuit, who reads that one perfectly, able to seal that one away. Tries to put a centering pass on the goal, but Soul's able to make that save. Caden tries to keep it alive, but that ball's going to be stolen away as well. Thunderama, though, put the shot on net. Going to get A's out of position, and Caden's going to capitalize. It's 1-1 Boise State, and you can see great play there by Thunderama and Caden. As you see, the ball gets taken away from the goalie. He tries to elevate for a save, and that was a wide open net. So Caden's going to get one right back for Boise State and tie things up at 1. Boise State and Montana now kicking things off, tied again after the first minute and 30 seconds of action. Circuit's going to take a shot on the net. Is there a follow-up for Boise State? No. Ball took a weird hop off the rounded wall and was able to sort of dead and right in front of the net instead of a full rebound. And now Boise State's got to be on the defensive. Soul's taking it down. Caden steals away his dribble. Soul out of boost as Circuit and A is going to elevate. Ball goes off the top of the Bronco net. And Thunderama doing a great job challenging Bowtie for the ball. Going to have it up on the wall. Passes it over to Circuit, who takes a shot on goal. That could be a nice save for Bowtie. It will be. Boise State going to triple commit on that ball. That's going to leave their net wide open. Unfortunately, A is going to lose a little bit of his dribble. The demolition comes out onto Soul, but that nearly bounced in the net. Thunderama forced to make a huge save. A's there once again, but Caden's going to push it away down towards midfield. Soul corrals it though and keeps it on the Broncos half. Caden out of boost now, going to not be able to stop that one. Thunderama in the net clears it down, but Bowtie keeps it alive. But Thunderama, great play there. He's going to keep it alive, put it towards midfield. Circuit's going to get the pass. Can he play his own rebound? No. Can Thunderama? No either. As Bowtie makes a great save. Clears it toward midfield. One man left to beat. It's Caden doing a great job redirecting that one just into the crossbar to keep things all tied at 1 a side. Circuit going to push it away from his own net. Bowtie is there. He'll put it towards the center. A's and Soul both committing on it, and Boise State caught a little bit flat-footed in the goal. A's able to put that one home and make it 2-1. You could see Bowtie's going to center it for his teammate. Soul doing a great job pulling out of the way. Caden just couldn't quite get there. Circuit not enough, and unfortunately for Thunderama, just couldn't get there fast enough. It's a 2-1 Montana lead. Boise State's already struck back once to tie it. Let's see if they can do it again. Off the kickoff, Thunderama going to win that one. A's going to knock it towards the Boise State side. Circuit is there, though. Shot on goal. Good job by Soul to push that one away and stop it from even going on net. Caden going to try and keep the play alive. He'll bounce it off the back wall. Thunderama there as well, but neither Bronco able to do much with it, and Soul's going to push it down towards midfield. Circuit keeps it alive, plays it around 1, makes it 2 when he plays it around Bowtie. Can't quite get around A's, and you can see 2 members of the Grizzlies retreating back towards net. That allows Boise State to maintain possession. Caden tries the backwards pass, couldn't quite get it to a teammate, but he'll play it to himself off the wall. You see Bowtie there coming in and intercepting that one, pushing it down to the Broncos side. Just under 2 minutes left. Soul might have a chance here. Nice save by Thunderama to turn that one away. And A's going to put a shot on goal. He's not able to convert. You saw Circuit had a member racing downfield. Unfortunately, couldn't get the ball to him. He is out of boost. Ball bounces off him, and it ends up right in Soul's lap, and that's going to be 3-1. You see here in the replay, Circuit, unfortunately, ball just rolls right off his hood. Soul charging in, sees his opportunity, and Caden try as he might. That's corner pocket, and that's going to be a hard save for really any goalie. So 3-1 now. Boise State going to need a couple of goals here in the last minute and 30 seconds. Soul and Circuit going to collide off the kickoff. Boise State will just win. Thunderama out of boost, wants to keep the play alive, knowing Boise State needs a goal. A's now going to try and push that one away. Circuit is there, though, to keep the play alive, but Bowtie in an excellent spot. Caden dunks it over and gets a shot on net. It is wide. Thunderama wants to elevate. Circuit trying to play the rebound. He'll go up, puts it just a little bit wide of the net, but Thunder's there off the crossbar once again. And Boise State, unfortunately, just can't get lucky on that one. And that's going to allow Bowtie to carry it all the way down until Thunderama makes a huge save. And that's going to keep us at 3-1. But you have to wonder how much time Boise State really has left to try and tie this game. 2 goals in a minute, not something that Boise State has really had a good opportunity so far, as they had their last opportunity about 30 seconds ago, and you can see Montana carrying it all the way down to the other end. A's is there, and that's going to be a wide open goal. Soul's going to pretty much end this game with his second goal, and it's going to be 4-1 Montana, and you can see Boise State unfortunately just couldn't quite get back. Double commit by Caden and Thunderama. That's never going to go well, and that's a wide open net for Soul. So now Boise State trying to maybe at least get one back and have a respectable score line here in game 1, and also maybe establish something that'll work going into games 2 or game 3, and however long this series goes. Soul's going to pop that one off in the corner. Circuit is there, but you can see Bowtie already waiting in net. Loses his position, but once again the crossbar. My goodness, Boise State's had 2 or 3 near goals that have been turned away by a few inches. That's going to allow Soul to try and dribble it down. There's a demo that comes out onto him from Caden. That ball's going to go wide of the net. 10 seconds left, and Boise State unfortunately is going to have to write this one up as a loss. We'll see if they can at least find a feel-good goal here in the last couple of seconds. Thunderama going to be able to redirect that one. Bowtie makes an excellent save. The ball's going to roll all the way down to the other corner. When it hits the green, the game will end, and that will be the case as Montana going to pick up a nice 4-1 victory on that one. See Boise State right there. You can see a little bit of the stats. Looks like the Grizzlies had 8 shots. Boise State also having 8 shots, though. So shots were even. So you can't question that it was a side control game, just better opportunities. And Boise State really had 2 shots that were very close. It's Boise State versus Montana here, and they skill shot challenge. Second time this Boise State Orange team is playing the Montana team. They played the Crimson team last time, playing the other team for Montana, as we've talked about. Any school with 2 teams has to put them in the same group. If you're interested in some Modern Warfare 2019, we've got the Rocky Mountain Warfare Invitational, hosted by the Idaho Army National Guard. We broadcast live from the Boise State Esports Arena in downtown Boise. This is your chance to represent your state in a multi-state Warzone Duos tournament. If you're in Oregon, Montana, Idaho, or South Dakota, this event is for you. It's a perfect opportunity to ask the Idaho Army National Guard how they can help you get an education in gaming and interactive media. It's a lot of fun. These events have been super awesome. When we've worked with the Idaho Army National Guard, you saw their social media there on the bottom of your screen. You want more information, get it there. You want to get registered quickly. It's coming up October 10th for that Warzone Duos tournament. So make sure you get in. There's super awesome prizes. These events have been extremely popular when we've done them in the past with the gunfight tournament. So I'm excited to see how this weekend the Warzone Duos tournament goes, because these are always a lot of fun. And of course, battle royales, especially this one. I really, really like what Call of Duty has done with Warzone. I think it's a very, very big step up from the last one. But we'll get to that on October 10th. Right now, we're trying to find a way to see if Boise State can get back in this series against Montana. Right now the Broncos trailing 1-0. They had a near great opportunity as we joined the game. Unfortunately that turned away. You can see A is going to redirect it on the net. Can't quite get it. Going to play the rebound to his teammate. Bowtie going to push that one around. And unfortunately for Montana, they're not able to capitalize. Soul just barely able to keep it alive, but he hits it to Caden. Tries to redirect it, but Ace is in perfect position. Ball goes over Circuit. That's going to leave Boise State with one less member. As you see, Soul can try and play it over to Bowtie. Loses his dribble. And unfortunately, Bowtie couldn't quite capitalize on it. I think that might have been a nice opportunity for Montana. Demo's going to go out onto Caden. That did take Soul off the play, though. Thunderama's going to actually bump into his own teammate trying to get the boost. So Boise State right now needs to just take it down a little bit. Communication maybe a little bit rattled. And the Broncos right now haven't found much of an opportunity in the last 45 seconds. A's now going to try and dribble it down. One man to beat it. Thunderama. Caden hard charging on the back end. Going to get the demolition. That's going to allow Thunderama in the corner to push that one away. Soul steals it, though. Tries to put it in front of the net. And a great demo by Soul as well. Going to allow Bowtie to get the first goal of the game. Second time we've seen this in the series so far, where part of the reason a goal is scored is a huge demo. You can see Caden might have had an opportunity. Circuit was just a little bit below that ball. So a great job by Montana, not only finishing the pass, but also making sure that the player that just passed it takes out somebody in the net. And the Broncos once again going to find themselves trailing 1-0 here behind the Grizzlies. Right off the kickoff, though, great pass from Thunderama onto Circuit. Once again, the crossbar twice in a row. Boise State could not get much closer to a goal than that. The crossbar denies two excellent scoring opportunities, but Boise State's still on the hunt. Thunderama tries to push it down in the corner. A's able to push that one away, and now Soul might have an opportunity. Good job clearing it down by Circuit. Bowtie intercepts it. Caden, though, not able to stop it. Circuit is. Ball bouncing around towards midfield. His team plays volleyball a little bit here. Finally, Caden and Soul going to collide. Soul will win that one. Circuit retreating. He'll pop it right back over to the Montana side. Going to lose his dribble, but you can see Thunderama hard charging in the corner. Him and A's going to collide. Nice steal of the corner boost by Circuit. That's a wide open net as Bowtie came charging in and was able to steal that one away and push it all the way down to the Broncos side. Now Boise State's got to be careful. A's last man to beat. Good job there corralling that one. He's going to try and carry it off the back wall. Thunderama pops it over Bowtie. Soul's the last man back on defense, but once again an excellent spot. But Thunderama plays it over. Boise State shot on goals high. Rebound, no. Caden just a bit low, and that's an open net for Montana. They're not going to miss that, and that's going to be a goal for A's. See Boise State, they all commit on that one. Unfortunately, as soon as Caden went low and couldn't redirect the rebound, that is a wide open cross map shot. A's getting it from all the way back in his own goal, going to extend it to a 2-0 lead for the side of Montana, already up 1-0 in this series, and 2 minutes into this game, well on their way to a 2-0 lead. But Boise State has not been without opportunities. The crossbar has made a couple of epic saves for Montana as Thunderama plays it over one, loses his dribble, going to hand it right over to Bowtie. He's got one man out to beat, tries to teardrop it over the goalie, but Circuit's going to read that one perfectly. Demolition came up onto Thunderama, should be able to get back in. There he is. He'll get the full boost, so he's not going to be in this play. Unfortunately, A's losing the dribble allows Caden to steal it away. Caden not having any boost, though, so he's going to have to stick primarily on the ground. He's able to get bits and pieces here. A's going to knock him around. A's now sees his opportunity, tries to put it in. That one's still high. Soul's got the follow-up, and that's going to be turned away by Thunderama. Last line on defense. Caden going to push that one. Tries to push it wide of Soul. Unfortunately, wasn't able to do it. Bowtie in the corner, waiting to see how Circuit wants to play this, and Circuit's unfortunately going to just miss on it. Caden, though, keeps it alive. Soul in the corner now going to rattle it around. A's is there. He'll do the same thing. Gets a demo on the goalkeeper as well, and once again, Montana's going to score their second goal of the game in a similar fashion. As you'll see the demo off screen, that opens it up with the two Broncos just double committing on that ball in the corner, and that's a wide open shot. Montana's not going to miss those, and it's now a 3-0 Grizzlies lead. You can see Boise State, they've had their opportunities, haven't been able to find the back of the net so far this game. We'll see if that can change in the final 2 minutes. Right off the kickoff, A's really puts that one on net. It is high, and Caden does a great job redirecting it. Good job, though, by Bowtie. He's able to keep it alive. In Boise State right now, another demo coming out, but Circuit this time able to get a huge clear and a save. Thunderama pushes it down. Circuit can't quite get the follow-up. Caden, though, is there. Play it over Soul, who retreats on net. And one member on Montana is going to miss. This is a great opportunity for Boise State. Passes it back to Thunderama. Shot on goal high. Is there a follow from Circuit? There is. Going to go off the crossbar, but this time it goes in. And Boise State still has signs of life. You can see it was a great job this time by Circuit reading the rebound. Montana came out of the net, and actually that ball went off of Soul as he was retreating. So that time the crossbar actually benefiting the Broncos with that hop straight down on net at a 90-degree angle. And now Boise State, unfortunately off the kickoff, makes a grievous misplay. Both members charging in miss, and Montana's going to make it a 3-goal game once again. You see Soul miles ahead of anyone for Boise State. I don't know what happened on that one, and he just pops that ball right on the back of the net. So now Boise State, all of that hard work almost for naught, as they now have to get 3 goals back in a minute and 26 seconds. Right off the kickoff, the Broncos at least defend that one well. Bowtie and Soul looking to push it down. Thunderama able to clear that one away. Soul going to keep it alive towards midfield, pushes it over to A's. Circuit doing a nice job redirecting it at least. Circuit also going to redirect it once on the goal, but Bowtie is there. He'll put it back on the net. Thunderama plays it away from his own goal, but Bowtie is going to recenter it there. He has a couple of members. A's is the one who gets to take it from midfield, but a great job there by Circuit to make a great save and keep us in a 4-1 game. Boise State unfortunately starting to run out of time, and it's all Montana. Huge save by Caden to at least keep this as a 4-1 game, but right now Boise State can't get a clear. You can see 2 members of the Broncos just sitting in the net, and unfortunately that's not what they need right now. They need offense, not defense. And Caden's finally going to get the ball towards midfield, but A's is there in the corner. He's going to try and rattle it around. Nice intercept there by Circuit. Thunderama going to push it towards midfield, but much like the last couple times, it's a great job by a member of Montana. This time Bowtie putting it on net. Soul going to be just wide. Boise State might have an opportunity here. You can see it's a one-on-one. Thunderama tries to put it down there, but A's going to do a great job bouncing that one off the back wall, getting it away from his own net. Circuit is there out of boost, 15 seconds left, and Boise State unfortunately once again is stuck in a spot of trying to just get that last second goal, not allow anything in on net, nearly allowing one. His sole shot goes just wide. Bowtie's going to follow up with the same thing, but he's going to have his own rebound. Crossbar makes a huge save. Soul can't get it in on the last play of the game, and Montana now going to have another 4-1 victory, and they're going to now go up 2-0 here against Boise State in the NAIT Skill Shot Tournament. So Boise State right now, they're trying to find something. Once again, the crossbar, not the hero for Montana in a 4-1 win, but it's definitely something that Boise State wishes a couple of those goals early in the game that they needed could have been able to get back. You see Cosmo Buster and Ace Pocket there on well. We might be able to see from them depending on how time allows tonight with a 7 p.m. kickoff for Boise State, Colorado State in League of Legends. So we're hoping to catch one of their games after this one concludes, but we also wouldn't complain about a Boise State reverse sweep here and taking Montana all the way to Game 5 and winning. I am Michael Fisher. We've got Rocket League going on right now. League of Legends against Colorado State in the second round of the Fall Mountain West League of Legends tournament coming up at 7, so that's definitely something to keep an eye on. But right now we're trying to see how Boise State can manufacture a win, or at least a tie, or at least not allow a 4 goals lead. And hey, look at that, Adam Chizu McGuire going to be joining us to wrap this up, so maybe Adam is the good luck charm for Boise State Rocket League.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far, because everyone I've been cheering for lately has landed on their face until last night. So, hey, maybe that's the case. Did not realize we were jumping in all hot and heavy. So, yeah, well, I'm glad to be here. What's the current situation? What have I missed?
Unfortunately, you've missed back-to-back 4-1 victories for Montana over Boise State. So the Broncos right now, they need you to get that good luck charm. I was going to say, your team finally pulled it off last night, so maybe some last-minute miracles for Boise State. Hey, similarities, right? Your team dropped 2, got the third one. Boise State's down 2. They could really use a third one.
Those were my Mr. Miyagi hands, which is a reference that is lost amongst many people, under our age. But if I could be the healing salve, I will take it. As, again, Boise State obviously being the individuals that I'm used to casting. But right now, Montana obviously off to an absolutely stunning lead, 2-0 in the overall. Boise State looking to have some kind of victory here to continue to push this thing on. But right now, not looking 100%. Thunderama coming in, putting that one up with a shot turned away there by Bowtie.
See Caden retreating. Boise State trying to get a clear. We went about a minute last game where the Grizzlies were just peppering shots on net. Thunderama's there. Does he have the clear? He does down into the corner, but he loses his dribble. Soul's in perfect position. Caden tries to disrupt it, but the ball going to go back towards midfield. The Circuit tries to keep it alive.
Absolutely, and as you can see, Blue just biding their time. Montana able to push that one away. It was in a scary position, and now they are off to the races. Thunderama, though, immediately going to stop this momentum. Bowtie with the angle, and it looks like there will be Circuit right there for Boise State to push that one away, but the attack is not done yet. Thunderama able to push this one here on the right-hand side. A little bit of a missed touch will allow for A's to come up and over. A reset there looks scary, but definitely easily pushed out there by Boise State. Soul going to return that back towards the side of Orange, and continuing to do so. He's got a run and a breakaway, but Thunderama stops him in his tracks.
Thunderama and A's gonna collide. Thunderama still got control. Him and Bowtie gonna get tied up. Caden comes charging in, but a pass over to Circuit. What a save by A's! That ball was nearly in the back of the net. Boise State with a great opportunity, but Bowtie on the counterattack now gonna get disrupted, and the Broncos were oh so close to the first goal of the game.
I want a copy of that replay because I would love to see just how close to half that ball was at, because honestly, I thought that was in. The angle just wasn't enough, but that being said, looks like Soul jumping on in. Circuit with a shot is going to be turned away by A's, and Soul is going to take him out just for trying. Caden tries to push this one away. A little bit of a cattywampus jump, but Thunderama should be able to corral this around. Looks like he's going to let this one drop as Bowtie's going to take it. Caden with the push there and the steal. He's got the flight. The question is, where does he go from here? Soul is going to be the one to stop that. It is up, and it is a lobber at that. Dangerous position, but pushed out there by Bowtie. Boise State not done with their attack. Wide open net, but Soul is able to get there just in time to deny that shot there as well, as it looks like Montana will continue on. Just kidding. Circuit with a little bit of a flopper here is going to be turned away by Bowtie as Boise State continues this relentless aggression. Thunderama with a push, not exactly where he wants it, and now Montana will have an opportunity to respond to this, but Circuit stopping them right there.
Nice demo by Soul. That's how Montana got a couple of goals last game, but Boise State going to survive. A's going to push it down, keep it towards midfield. Caden's shot once again. Soul being forced to make a huge save. The Bronco offense has been relentless. Bowtie going to clear towards midfield. Thunderama reads it perfectly. Down in the corner. Going to play it over A's. That's a wide open net. Circuit puts it home for the first goal.
Yeah, man, I felt that in my O spot. You even heard me say it. He was able to bring it up here on the right-hand side, just brings it right down on top of it. You have that quick moment of, oh no, you're going to hit your own teammate, because the momentum of both of those objects looked a little cattywampus, but with a great angle there, Boise State finds the lead and a little bit of a breath of hope here as we move in, as the shot is wide and to the right. It is not going to end up in the Boise State net. Another attempt here, though, turned away, right-hand side, Circuit. Gonna push this one through.
Bowtie trying to carry on net. Thunderama making a nice save there. Soul gonna try to keep it alive for his team, but Thunderama might have another opportunity. Plays it off the back wall. No Bronco there, unfortunately, and that's gonna allow Montana to dribble this one down and try and find the game tie.
Yeah, and they're able to put that one over Thunderama's head, but the follow-up there from Circuit Arcade, and was able to continue this ball forward with more momentum as Caden is going to continue on. Got the little heart off the backboard. Circuit looking to put it in at 85.
That was just perfect by Circuit. You could see him. You can't see him on the replay, but he was just waiting, reading that ball, immediately puts it in. A's can't do anything. He's flat-footed. And Boise State showing some great life here. 2-0 lead. First time we've seen that one all series.
Oh boy, maybe it's like they could just feel me. Maybe the Spirit Bomb energy has arrived. Maybe I'm not just a bad pick of character anymore. Because yeah, Boise State, if they haven't been doing this all game, I would have been surprised. Every shot is connecting. They're finding great opportunities and going back to basics too. Put it up off of that backboard and just reap in the rewards. Great setups, amazing patience, and it could pay off again here as Boise State is on the attack, trying to corral that. A demolition. The angle is wide. Looked pretty good. Caden gonna follow through. A little tit for tat there. It looks like Soul gonna bring this one up here. Uh-oh, that's a wide open net. Just kidding. The respawn there is in time. Thunderama able to push that one away. Bowtie now looking for something to do. Looking for a way on in. Is not able to find it. A's is gonna try to push that one out. He manages to do so. And now Montana is off to the races. Soul looking for an angle in. Not going to find it. Up and away is the rest of Montana. They are not there. And now Boise State is able to commit. Up and over. Looking for an angle. Too much on that one. Sends it to the right as A's is going to find Circuit, making this 14 seconds, 2-goal deficit over the head of Circuit. The rest of Boise State is there. That is almost undoubtedly game number 3 over to Boise State. First one of the day. It's got to feel pretty good.
Gotta love it for Boise State. You see Bowtie keeps it alive. And going to be a nice clear down there by Caden to finish it off. There was no 2-point shot in Rocket League, so it wouldn't have mattered. But yeah, I mean, either the Spirit Bomb energy, you mentioned it, Cheesy. You brought something to the table. I mean, 7 shots? I just saw that from Circuit. 7 shots. That's incredible. That's Chizu channeling his energy. That's what Boise State needed. They needed the offensive firepower. They were close a couple times in the first 2 games, so you love to see it. You love to see Boise State come back and maybe get us to a Game 5, but they've got to win Game 4, and Montana was not without opportunities that time.
Yeah, they did have a couple of chances. Again, as I walk into this and see Boise State down 2 games, it's a little bit of a head scratcher, if you will, just because it didn't look that way. Boise State was pretty much in full control of that game. Like you said, 7 shots alone is a pretty telling number. That's a very interesting scenario, though. So I'm not sure what exactly turned on, if like the nitrous switch just was, they're like, oh, wait, I'm sorry, I was in sport mode, not, rule the world mode, and they flipped that switch. But I'm liking what I'm seeing, really enjoying the pass plays, and, it can always tighten up just a little bit more. And I'm actually more stoked. I haven't seen these players myself personally, and they're already making some thunderous noise, if you will, if we were to point one direction.
Yeah, I mean, I think the defensive definitely shored up. The clears definitely got a lot better. We've talked about it all the time with Doc's keys to the game, side control key in Rocket League, Boise State dominating that one. And I mean, to be fair, you were probably, it's good you didn't see it. Cheesy might have given you a heart attack. We had about 4 shots in the first 2 games hit the post that would have gone in if they were just an inch to the left. I mean, so it is sort of balancing out karma, if you will, coming back, allowing Boise State, which should have been 2 goals, to get back in it. But it looks like as we go into game 4, Boise State going to need more of that, less off the crossbar, because they need one more win here just to force it game 5 as Caden corrals it down in the corner. He's going to play it over to Circuit. Thunderama is going to take a shot on net. Good tie up there by Soul. Bowtie in the corner, going to run out of boost, try and clear it. Caden comes charging in. Ball still going to die on the corner. He's going to pull it down all the way towards midfield. Caden now and Soul going to collide, and now Thunderama goes flying off as well. Bowtie is there, and you can see Montana trying to clear it away. Looks like they've finally done it over in the corner. Demolition comes out, but Thunderama there to make the save.
A very interesting scenario as the way that all unfolded, but that is a weird bounce, and Boise State could find some kind of opportunity here. A little bit of a nudge, not enough to get by A's, as Caden is going to find that one. Thunderama here, we're going to push this one up here on the left-hand side. They've had a lot of success with these kind of plays. However, that one immediately snaked there by Montana. Boise State great to respond. Up on the wall doing his best Spider-Man impression, but not really doing much with it. Was the Thunderama, as Caden right here is going to push this one back towards the side of Montana. The shot is turned away immediately there. Thunderama will corral this. And like I said, it looks like they're just using much more of the basic style. What a great little aerial move there. Is going to lose control halfway through, but that shot hits the crossbar. A saving grace. A second attempt is more of a, I don't know, I'm not even going to call that an attempt, as it goes off on the left-hand side. A's to Bowtie, turned away by Boise State. There's nobody in the net. They just have to look at it the right way. Just kidding. Soul is there in time and will continue the aggression here. Puts on pressure over 1, but it looks like Circuit will be able to stop that. Soul is going to read it again. The second touch is turned away there by Caden, and is even able to carry it forward around the second member of Montana. Soul looking to reset, looking for that back post, as A's will clear this one out.
Circuit trying to get back in that. Bowtie going to pass it over to Soul off the corner wall, back in front of the Bronco net. Thunderama able to push away, a little bit of a bump there, but Bowtie is going to make a nice cross map save. Thunderama comes charging in, plays it top of the net. Circuit's going to put it home. Boise State once again gets the first goal in game 4.
This is one of those ones where you slow it down and you start the angelic music, because it's just a beautiful opportunity from the same spot. Circuit finds it. Bowtie is there, just not quick enough. Just squeeze it on in the right side. A little bit of spin, a little bit of funk, if you will. And Boise State off to the races, already up 1. Feeling pretty good, I'm sure.
And now, though, off the kickoff, Soul has a great opportunity off the crossbar. Soul wants to follow it up. Huge save. He was out of boost. Bowtie now in the corner, not able to steal that one away from Circuit. He's going to try and clear it down. A's keeps it alive, though. Thunderama going to miss on it, but Caden's there to push it away. Soul has another great opportunity. A double commit save for Boise State. Bowtie going to try and follow it up. Soul and A's both going to combine for a shot. Soul, once again, he has a great opportunity. Going to rattle it around in the corner. Wants to put it on net. Unfortunately, that one goes high. Bowtie can't keep it alive, and Circuit clears it away. Boise State with some textbook defense.
Was that the monster you guys saw in the first 2 games? Because that was scary as fleet, my friends. So much aggression, so many shots, and Boise State has a couple of golden goal opportunities there. Absolutely taken away. Thunderama looking to put that one on board, but instead feeds it right over to Soul, who's just looking to get some fancy footwork here. Comes up off of the top, looking to spike this one down. It's looking filthy, but Caden says, get out of my house. This is mine. Shot on goal. Crossbar there. Another attempt. A's and Circuit kiss bumpers. No goal to be found. Boise State now is moving forward, but Bowtie will stop the free aggression here. 1:40 left on the clock. Boise State only up 1. A's there not going to find it, but is going to be off with a breakaway. They're going to slow this one down, as it looks like Caden going to bring this up. Never mind, Bowtie stopped that one there. Could have a shot on goal, flips it over the top and equalizes this game.
I mean, that was just an incredible solo play. You see Bowtie contesting Caden and then just plays it over Thunderama hard. That's you're not making a save there. That's literally a perfect shot, and that's what it takes for Montana to get even here with a minute and a half left in game 4.
And again, we're seeing that monster rear its ugly head. That was absolutely aggressive, what felt like 2 minutes, possibly even more there from Montana. And it was unrelenting. I was even having a hard time trying to keep track of who was taking shots, who was setting up. This one comes off of the top bar, and an ace is there to make the save. As it looked like Boise State was trying to continue on. Circuit carrying this one over, gets fancy in the air. That is immediately booted the opposite direction with no boost to speak of. The big one picked up there by Bowtie, looking to drag this one in. Could in fact happen, but instead Boise State, Thunderama able to push that one out. We are down to the final 60. That one coming off the cross. That one's going to be a dangerous spot, but Boise State is able to sniff out the drop and now carrying it on their own way over to the blue goal. Over A's turned by Bowtie. A nice attempt, but ultimately for naught. Soul carrying this one now over to the side of Bowtie, far left. But there is definitely Boise State defenders there. They're running two aside defensively. Bowtie looking to put that one up. He's going to find it. That one dying in the air. Now Boise State has to find a way into this. Montana looking to close it out. Caden going to be aggressive here. And Boise State again trying nothing too crazy. You see Circuit, they're just kind of waiting. They're looking for a weird bounce. They just found one. But where is it going to go from here? Off to the side. Oh my goodness! That left post looked so tasty, but was not able to find it was Caden. And now we are off to the final few seconds. Could be a golden goal overtime opportunity. It's coming around. The final seconds here. This is it. You got to put this one in to win. And if you don't, and you're Boise State, you are going home. Or staying home for that matter.
A's right now, he's trying to end it right off the bat. Nearly dribbles it home. Thunderama able to do what he can to disrupt Bowtie. Caden now going to try and push it towards midfield, but a weak clear capitalized on Soul. Ball near midfield. A's rips one on net. Ball's going to bounce off. No Bronco there as the double commit came out. So Caden has to go hard charging across the map. Another near open shot. Thunderama makes a great save. Caden going to clear it all the way down into the corner. Bowtie is there. Tries to play it around Caden. This will be a great opportunity for Boise State. A's is there. Circuit wants to keep it alive. Plays it towards midfield. Thunderama can't quite get to the ball in time. A's has to retreat. No boost. Bowtie tied up with Circuit there. Soul not able to get it either. Near shot. Caden now one man to beat. But A's going to clear it back without any boost. And Boise State's opportunity disappears just like that.
Yeah, everyone is taking their time with this one. Don't want anything sketchy to happen. Soul up here on the right-hand side. Has the angle. It's a dangerous ball. It's going to be turned away there by Boise State just at the last minute. The secondary setup is going to be the question here. Thunderama off the wall, but that should be booted right back. Never mind, Caden takes out Soul. So A's is going to have to move forward on this one. Boise State is able to push it away from their net. Respawns are up, and we are 120 into this, but an opportunity here is stopped immediately by the orange team. Now Soul looking for a backwards little kick here. He is going to get it as A's also looking for something, is going to return home. Boost management is going to be a huge thing to keep in mind, as it does look like Montana right now has had all of the tools, but Boise has had all of the defense. Now if they can just find some offensive opportunities, they might have this game for pushing us to a 5. That's an open net opportunity. Eyes is going to come away. Beautiful save. What a save, as they say. And Circuit now going to reset for his crew as Thunderama brings this one forward.
Cole going to clear it all the way down into the corner. Tries to play his own one off the wall, but over pursues. Bowtie there, going to play it off the wall for his teammate. Circuit puts it right in front of the net. Another demo from Bowtie. Montana did it all series, and that's how they get the series winner.
Oh man, and it's one of those things where you really can't do anything about it. Both members jumping on in. Bowtie says you can't block it if you're dead, and does exactly that. Blows up the defending member of Boise State, and that means Montana picking up the victory overall.
You have to credit Boise State's resiliency, though, nearly battling back. I think 1, maybe even 2 minutes into overtime of Game 4, a couple of opportunities, of course, in Game 5. But the Grizzlies, with that offensive play, they did it all series, getting a demolition on the goalie with the other member allowing a wide open net is how they're going to finish that series off. So Montana, a 3-1 victory there. You see Ace Pocket and Cosmo Buster in the arena. Going to see if we're able to catch some of their game. I know we have a League of Legends opportunity at 7. So I'll be curious to see how quickly we're able to get in and if we are able to catch any of it. But right now, Boise State They could use a little bit of feel-good from the Cosmobuster Ace Pocket squad because, unfortunately, for the Orange squad there, that's the second time they've lost to Montana. So Boise State right now needs some revenge from their other team.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And like I said, you can really count on this other Boise State team to definitely put up a fight. Like I said, the 2 games I saw were pretty dang close. So I'm not as like broken-hearted as the rest of you. I mean, my game so far looked great. So I think it's because our powers combined weren't here. We didn't have the Captain Planet situation. Now everyone's here. I'm expecting great things from Boise State. Like I said, Montana that was a textbook play. Did a great job. I would be impressed if I was them for sure. I'm going to go back and watch those other games to double check. But it's a thorn in the side. You roll over and you try again, man. Any team, any day.
Yeah, I mean, Boise State incredibly close. As we mentioned, we do have Boise State, Colorado State League of Legends at 7 o'clock. So it looks like we are going to take a break. We'll have that, and then we'll come up with the time to show Cosmobuster and Ace Pockets game because, unfortunately, time not allowing us to see what they did, but we'll have to see if we can catch it another time. So we will wrap things up here with our top 5 plays for Boise State, Montana. Like we said, don't go anywhere. Fish and Cheese will be right back at it. Second round of the Mountain West League of Legends Fall Tournament. Boise State, Colorado State. Last time these two teams played, it was a slugfest. So you want to make sure you check this game out. Don't go anywhere. But here's the top 5 plays for Montana's 3-1 victory over Boise State in Rocket League. Boise State once again gets the first goal in Game 4.
This is one of those ones where you slow it down and you start the angelic music because it's just a beautiful opportunity from the same spot. Circuit finds it, bow tie is there.
Make that save. Caden tries to keep it alive, but that ball's going to be stolen away as well. Thunderama, though, put the shot on net. Going to get Ace out of position, and Caden's going to capitalize. It's 1-1 Boise State, and you can see great play there by Thunderama and Caden. As you see, the ball gets taken away from the goalie. He tries to elevate for a save, and that was a wide open net. So Caden. Montana's going to miss. This is a great opportunity for Boise State. Passes it back to Thunderama. Shot on goal high. Is there a follow from Circuit? There is. Going to go off the crossbar, but this time it goes in. And Boise State still has signs of life. You can see it was a great job this time by Circuit reading the rebound. Montana came out of the net, and actually that ball went off of Soul as he was retreating. So that time. The Bronco offense has been relentless. Bowtie going to clear towards midfield. Thunderama reads it perfectly. Down in the corner. Going to play it over Ace. That's a wide open net. Circuit puts it home for the first goal.
Yeah, man, I felt that in my O spot. You even heard me say it. He was able to bring it up here on the right-hand side. Just brings it right down on top of it. You have that quick moment of, oh no, you're good. Circuit Arcade, and I'm sorry, was able to continue this ball forward with more momentum as Caden is going to continue on. Got the little heart off the backboard. Circuit looking to put it in, and he fights.
That was just perfect by Circuit. You could see him. You can't see him on the replay, but he was just waiting, reading that ball. Immediately puts it in. Ace can't do anything. He's
So where are we going?
denied. Where's your god now?
Got a feeling it burns in my chest. It's growing larger with every breath I take. When I fight it, I hide it, it takes me down. Yeah, I know we created a mess. It's growing bigger with every choice we make. Yeah, we're here, we keep coming around. The more it itches, the higher we go, the harder we fall in and out of love. We should burn those bridges, never look back, but in the end we lose ourselves again. Together. Together. The energy, yeah, it's blacking me out. Being so close to you, I'm paralyzed. So I'm breathing it in, everything. Oh, the more it itches, the higher we go, the harder we fall in and out of love. We should burn those bridges and never look back, but in the end we lose ourselves again. Together. 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 The more it itches, the higher we
Welcome back to the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. We're going to kick things off here with our League of Legends match in the Fall Mountain West League of Legends tournament. Boise State taking on Colorado State in the second round. The Broncos with a 2-0 victory over UNLV. Colorado State needing 3 games to take down Fresno State in advance of this next round. I am Michael Fishfisher, being joined by Adam Cheese and McGuire to call all of this action. And the last time these two teams met, it was a multi-hour slugfest for the Mountain Division title in the spring semester, with Colorado State coming out on top 3-2 in the best of 5. Luckily for us, only a 3-game series tonight, Chizu, but these are teams with a storied history. We talked about it last time when they played UNLV. The U Rebels beat the Broncos in 2018 for the Mountain West tournament, or for the title, so Boise State gets another shot at revenge against Colorado State. I'm sure the players want that, but more importantly, they want to be able to advance to the next round.
No, absolutely. And one of the things I was talking with some of the individuals in chat, because I do prowl that thing in between segments. And, they asked, historically, is this a one-sided endeavor? And I couldn't come up with a definitive answer. The answer is no. Every time these two teams have come together, no matter where it is in the timeline, whoever came out the victor had to work for it. I distinctly remember more than a couple times giving some buddies over at CSU a hard time. Hey, my League of Legends team beat yours, neener. But I remember just as many times, hanging my head low. But it was never, I don't feel like giant blowouts, you know what I mean? So we're probably in for a steady 3 matches.
You see there the rules for the Mountain West League of Legends Fall Invitational. Best of 3, double elimination. The Broncos still on the winner's bracket. Finals October 24th with matches Tuesday and Saturday. And take note of how the logos are arranged there at the bottom of your screen. That is how the Boise State coaching staff believes the teams are ranked from best to worst. Boise State not the worst. They are the best. We see Colorado State there, the 4th best team in the Mountain West. So,
man.
Boise, there's high praise. There you go. You see the bracket, and you see Boise State, Colorado State, San Jose, and Nevada still on the winner's side. Yeah. Nevada, of course, the reigning Mountain West League of Legends champions, taking down Colorado State last semester. So a potential date between the 2 best teams could be in store, Boise State and Nevada. And we see here is the losers bracket. You can see Wyoming already advancing, UNLV on the other side. So the winner of Hawaii-Wyoming will play the loser of this game. Boise State does not want to go there quite yet and wants to make sure they get a date in the winner's final.
Yo, I just am throwing it out there. UNLV got topped by Boise State. It's a beautiful day. How did I manage to miss that? Historically, that is a one-sided situation. Again, you see these seeds on the side, and again, Boise State doesn't necessarily want to go to the second chance bracket, which is the soft way of saying that, but it could very well happen. CSU is not a team to be trifled with. Again, knocking them out of contention, I believe, at one point as well, and that's where we're talking about headed up against UNLV. Things were different as far as the grand finals were concerned, but we'll see. I'm sorry, a little flabbergasted. I love seeing San Jose where they're at, of course. Mountain West champions in the past. So we'll see what happens, man. This is all about roster rotation, new players, and new stylistic, I will say, flows as far as these teams are concerned, and I'm excited to see where CSU is at now.
Yeah, the 2 players from that Mountain victory for Colorado State, Frankie G and DJ Kush, mid laners and support respectively, definitely made some great plays in that series. They are still there. We know for Boise State how the roster shapes up. Ascent and Ethug, the new members. If you did miss the game against UNLV due to how the website they're using, I believe Battlefly works, Ethug will be playing on his Scarface account tonight. That's just who he registered on. That's who he has to play on for any tournament. So when you see Scarface in the jungle, it's still Ethug. Don't be concerned, Ethug fans. I know they're always in the chat. He's still there, just a different account. So we've got 3 members from Boise State, the same from last year with Goblin, Dean, and Red Hots, 2 from Colorado State, and then, as you mentioned, roster changes aplenty, so it's going to be curious to see how those additions work for the Rams and the Broncos.
Yeah, I don't know how you can manage multiple accounts, let alone just one. I have a hard enough time deciding what skin shards to get away with. I couldn't. Anyways, that being said, again, I'm super interested to see Boise State has kind of adopted just this really aggressive, in-your-face, just aggressive styling that not necessarily wasn't a thing. It's more shined, it's more polished, and it either goes really great, or as we've seen, sometimes it can go really, really bad. It's normally on that great side if all the gears start turning again. E-Thug has really been the catalyst for all these lanes to start popping off. Red Hot's moving to the top lane has just had this awesome eclectic pool of champions that he can pick from. Some aggressive, some head scratchy, all of them work out in some way, shape, or form. And then the bot lane is as solid as ever before. So, and then Ascent in the mid lane was kind of a monster the last handful of times I had eyes on him.
And it's going to be curious to see, especially in that mid lane, because that's who UNLV targeted down. I mean, we saw game 1 against the Boise State. The Rebels, I think, had 3 bans and then took away his Zoe. So he ended up getting stuck on Nautilus mid, a flash to the past from earlier this year, how time flies. And he actually played it pretty well. I mean, what you expect.
I'm sure.
He CC'd people down, didn't get many kills in lane. So I'll be curious to see if he's the target. Of course, we've seen time and time again teams go after Ethug. Once, of course, the Rumble's taken away from Ascent. That's always the first ban. But interesting also against UNLV, Red Hot's got into those more carry champions. We've seen the Malphite and the Ornn, but we saw Camille and a Silas come out. So Boise State maybe even adapting on the fly, putting more pressure on the top laner for the other team, allowing Red Hots to freely play those carries we saw a lot in the mid. So Boise State's got a lot of options. I mean, you mentioned Ethug. I mean, he's been all over the place in jungle champions. They usually always pan out, at least in the kill side. So Boise State's got a lot of options. I'll be really curious to see how they want to attack this first draft when we get into it.
It's only a matter of time until we get the Akali top out of Red Hots, because it has to happen. And he's been, and when you say Silas, that doesn't surprise me. Another champion he just absolutely eviscerates with in the mid lane. And so as we talked about, the champion pools are wide open. Interested to see who CSU decides they want to get rid of, or if they try to do the blanket ban situation. Let's just get rid of the top percentile from each one of those lanes and pray for the best on that secondary pick, or the tertiary pick, if you will, depending on if they decide to single target a lane. I mean, we just saw that with TL versus G2. They immediately banned out Impact. It didn't even matter, as he was able to find, a fourth character, or fourth champion for that matter, to do some damage.
Yeah, and I'll be really curious, as you did mention Worlds there. One of the 80 carries that has shown up a lot has been the Twitch. Now, we know Ethug has played it really well. That could be something where Boise State picks the Twitch early in the draft, maybe baits out the Rams of thinking that's Ethug and put it on Goblin. We'll have to see. Kick things off the Evelyn ban and the Kane ban, so targeting down the Colorado State jungler, and, of course, the Rumble ban by the Rams, and the Hecarim going to target down that, something Boise State's had a lot of success on when Scarface Ethug pulls it out.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, again, the Rumble, you have just a question mark amount of absurd games on that champion as far as Ascent is concerned. And then as far as Hecarim, kind of the same situation, especially paired up with an Orianna, or we've even seen the Yumi. Very interesting. Urgot going to be removed here. I haven't seen him on the field for quite a while. And Graves is not going to see any play as far as game number 1, an immediate lock-in of Lilia for the side of the Broncos.
Yeah, Scarface playing that in game 1 against UNLV. He just bought a flat-out Magi, so by the end of the game, it was fully stacked. So that's something he's very, very comfortable on. I'll be curious to see if the Rams want to put DJ Kush on something that he plays well. Of course, he was a hook champion master when these teams met earlier, playing a lot of Blitzcrank, a lot of Thresh, a lot of Pike. I'll be curious if they pick it up in Phase 1, but it's going to be the Karthus pick. Could be jungle, could be mid. Sure. You look at the map, the history for the Colorado State jungler, it's Evelyn and Kane, so those were the target bans. So his pool's kind of wide open now, so I'm really curious where that Karthus is going to end up.
I mean, I'm almost positive it's one of those jungle situations. It's just very rare that you see him in the mid lane now, I mean, unless I'm missing something here. Just because of his ability to just kind of farm, do his own thing, and then ult smash when need to be the case. Lilia really does need some resource to get going. I've brought that up every time. You can stop her really, really early. So all it's going to take is one of those Qs to land early, and it can really offset the course of the early game for the side of Boise State. You're going to pair ADCs here. You got Lucian into the Ashe. Again, that Lucian has a tendency to be all over the place, could be run on the bot side, but we'll see as Nautilus is locked in to confirm the bottom side for Boise State.
Potentially. I mean, we talked about, Ascent had played 2 games in Nautilus mid. I would hope that it's not that picking. I would hope they are not picking that early in the draft when there's still a ton on the table. So that could be one of those situations where it is a flex pick. And then Colorado State going to steal the Malphite away from Red Hots. That's a champion he has played exceptionally well. I'm not sure if Boise State's ever lost when Red Hots has been on the Malphite. He's going to have to go against it now, as there's a Silas ban away from the Rams. So they're going to try and say that he's not going to play any carry tops, at least after that first ban.
Yeah, I mean, he still has quite a bit of agency here. There's definitely champions that he can play and absolutely destroy with. So we'll see what the situation ends up being. Morgana is going to be a solid removal there. You just don't want that spell shield to be in the way as far as the Ashe is concerned for the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. One spell shield, whoop, okay, well, I'm good. Nautilus hooks, things of that caliber. They're going to get rid of the Akali, so I guess we're not going to see that in the top lane, and then get rid of a secondary ADC as far as Ezreal. He's slippery. He's kind of a pain in the butt and can do an absurd amount of damage if he gets ahead, and we'll see where the turnaround pickup is here for these two teams.
Yeah, Boise State definitely selling that it's a Nautilus in the bots lane. You wouldn't want the black shield to go against the hooks, and you wouldn't want Ezreal to be able to get away. Looks like it is going to be the Jhin pick up by the Ram, so that's probably going to mean that Lucian's going in the mid lane, and as you mentioned, Cheese with Karthus going into the jungle, just something that we hadn't seen before from the jungler Rudolph IV from Colorado State. So curious to see how he plays when he's on it. There's the Camille pick by Red Hot, so he's on a carry, and Gallia once again.
Man.
So I guess it's Nautilus bot lane this time for Boise State.
I really like this set from Boise State. Again, this is all bias aside. You know me. I love super tanky champions. I love lots of CC. And basically, there's just going to be this rage cage of just destruction, whether it's what gets started from the Enchanted Crystal Arrow or the Sleep. You're going to have a Galio jumping in on top of you, on top of the Camille, who's going to put you in the Hextech Ultimatum. And right now, especially with that lock-in right there, you've got a relatively squishy lineup. You better hope you're dealing out enough damage to burn down these super tanky members. Immediately, I am drawn to Boise State's lineup.
Yeah, Xerath going to wrap things up in the support role. Saw DJ Kutch play that in Game 3 against Fresno State, the first round game for the Rams, where they ended up being victorious. So going to go on one of those more AP-focused supports. Probably going to build your traditional support items like Eluden's Echo, Rabadon's Death Cap. You know, definitely traditional support items coming out for them. You say there, if you're interested in the Modern Warfare series, they call the Rocky Mountain Warfare Invitational, coming up October 10th with the Idaho Army National Guard. There is the social media links. Go check those out and get more information, get registered. Coming up very soon. You saw the prizes behind the logo. It's a ton of fun. Warzone's Duos Tournament, so that's going to be a little bit of a change from before, but I'm definitely excited to see how that comes out. Definitely excited to see how that event is handled popularity-wise, because I remember our gunfight tournaments were huge when we've worked with the Idaho Army National Guard in the past, so I'm super excited for that. Can't wait for October 10th, but right now, I can't wait for game number 1, because I agree with you, Chisu. I mean, I love the tanky lineup for Boise State. I love kind of, to throw a sports reference out there. I know for the Seahawks fans, it was let Russ cook. Let Red Hots cook in the top lane. Put the man on a carry and just let him do his job. Take him off the tank. So it's a lot of pressure on Red Hots now to be the focal point of the Boise State attack, because Galio and Nautilus, they're great for CC. Red Hots falls behind. It's all on Ash now to do the damage. And Lillian, as you talked about, both of those that can get shut down early.
As a part of the 12, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yes, let Red Hots cook. And again, it's just something that I brought up. I do distinctly and still have nightmares. I talked to my therapist about it, of Boise State running no tanks in a previous game. So this is completely opposite from what from what I have seen in the last handful of rounds from these guys. And I do like the layering of CC, what they have to offer, including just the yoink and sleep potential from the side of BSU. Again, the damage amount that comes from Colorado State University is going to be something to pay attention to, though, especially with the range that they are allotted as well, coming out of things like Xerath's Ultimate, for example.
As we take a look here at the Boise Upstate upcoming broadcast schedule, you can see a ton of tournaments all around. NACE action going strong for Rocket League, Valorant, and Overwatch, peppered in with some Mountain West League of Legends, and of course the Rocky Mountain Warfare tournament sandwich in the middle. So Boise State, ton of tournaments. Right now the Broncos doing incredibly well. I know in Overwatch, the only loss for the two squads is an inter-squad loss when they played each other. For Rocket League, we did see the Orange Squad lose earlier today, but the Blue Squad, as far as I know, still kicking butt and undefeated in that one. We'll have some more of that tomorrow. But right now for Boise State League of Legends, it's about surviving, staying in the upper bracket, going to the winners finals, winners semis finals, however you want to phrase when there's multiple brackets in multiple finals. So right now Boise State, they want to probably have that date with Nevada, but they've got to get through the Rams. And right now for Boise State, as you mentioned, Cheesy, I love the side of how they've done it. They've just got to be worried about the damage potential that the Rams could put out, especially if that Karthus gets ahead.
Yeah, and that's where I was talking about the press R win game kind of mantra as far as he is concerned. And I will still stand by my hill and die upon it when it comes to Lilia. She has to get the ball rolling, literal no pun intended there. Because if she can't, she doesn't really offer much. It's like when your Darius goes like 1-10 when I play him in the top lane, and then you're like, wow, why is our top lane not doing anything? It's because he's 1-10. Lilia kind of suffers a little bit from that, even on the lower end, if that analogy made any sense.
Take a look at Doc's keys
wow.
to the game. Pretty simple here. No mercy, no pain, no fear in this dojo. Did he get it right this time? I know, Chizu, you were over him last time for not getting the analogy right.
He went with a different one. It's fine.
All right. I wanted to make sure it passed the Chizu test. Regardless of what they are, Boise State, you know what? Hey, you don't show any mercy. You don't show any pain or fear. It's probably a win in this dojo on the Summoner's Rift for the Broncos, all brought to you by Count, who's at Identity Trust Global Network, allows for management of fraud prevention, payment protection, staying secure online for more than 9,000 payment providers. So if you have any more questions about Count, want to get more information, check them out at count.com, KOUNT.com. Boise State right now, I'm sure they would love to have some extra security for themselves, as you mentioned, trying to make sure that Lilia stays protected early on. But going against the Karthus, the one thing is probably won't be invaded, so you probably don't have to be too worried about that. But you've got to be worried about falling behind if a gank or two goes awry, which we've definitely seen happen in the past from Boise State.
I had to double check. You probably heard the keyboard in the background. He forgot show no weakness. That was actually the fourth piece, so I am going to have to dock points for that. Maybe if he did his homework, he would have known that, but instead he's just blindly throwing Karate Kid quotes at the wall and hoping something sticks, and is really upsetting me. I thought he was trying to do the whole Globo gym situation, but I was wrong. But as far as this game is concerned, I have a feeling it is sitting on a powder keg. It's going to decide basically which one of these two teams has the easy ticket. I really do feel, again, like CSU can pick up a victory over Boise State today if they just play one of those infamous why Boise State games where I throw things and I get upset and you laugh at me kind of situations that we've had in the past. And so that could easily happen today, but so far it looks like from the draft alone, they're not taking any chances.
Yeah, I definitely like how Boise State's probably going to go magic resist heavy on the two tanks, try and thwart that Xerath Karthus backline with the global ultimate and then the basically pseudo global ultimate. Not sure if I really like the Xerath pick in that lane, especially with how tanky Boise State is, so I want to see them punish that and potentially even make an early play. I mean, yes, you said Lily is weak early. There's not really a weaker jungle, though, than Karthus. I mean, he's going to struggle early. He's going to take a ton of damage. So maybe a blue buff invade with Red Hots in Scarface on that blue bug. Yeah, that'd be a great name. Scarthug, get the combination. But no, Scarface and Red Hots on the blue buff, I think that might be something to watch out for. But can you punish the Karthus early, slow him down, not get him to level 6?
Yeah, you're basically staunching either one of these jungles will really help alleviate the pressure, obviously, in any of these lanes, but exponentially so based on who they're playing. I do have to give chat a big ol' shout out talking about their best G2 impression, or we'll see you do a Team Liquid. Depending on where you're at as of yesterday, that's awesome and hilarious no matter which way you look at it. So thank you guys so much for joining us today, especially in the chat. We love you and all of your smart aleck comments. And I do think it could... it's not that it's going to be one of those situations. Both of these teams are going to come hot and heavy at each other. And level 1 could be a very curious situation. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody escorts somebody else or if it's a whole 5-man goon squad one way or the other.
Yeah, I mean, with the Nautilus and the Galeos, depending if we're going to see Ascent start the W, not the traditional start, or even the E to get the knockups, there is a lot of CC level 1 for Boise State if they want to do it. And I definitely think if I'm Colorado State, I'm full rewarding every entrance to my jungle. I'm saying, hey, we probably cannot afford to fight. Our level 1 is iffy at best, and Boise State's going to have the volley for the slow, the anchor hook, the Nautilus passive. Something from Galileo is probably going to be CC-oriented here as we kick things off. So if I'm Colorado State, I am fully scared of any potential invade because I think Boise State wins it no matter what. It's actually going to be a set on the Nautilus in the mid lane. That's a Galileo support. So interesting to see there coming out. Not sure I like it.
That was my best magical girl question mark impression. So sorry that came out the way that it did because, yeah, that is curious. I definitely would have taken. I mean, interchangeable. We're at the collegiate level. You know what? Play whatever you want, wherever you want, as long as you're comfortable. It worked out before against UNLV. You heard my surprise and confusion at that as well. So you might as well. Galileo also offers off about the same kind of setup that a Nautilus does, just kind of inverse as far as how the damage and CC works, if that makes any sense.
You know, the one thing I don't like about putting Galileo in the bot lane is he's never going to be able to ult Red Hots. There's never a situation where Dean's going to be able to rotate down from the bot lane and get up to Red Hots in time. That's what I like about the Galileo mid is he's easier to, hey, I'm going to ult top, hey, I'm going to ult bot lane. So that's the one thing I am concerned about. But on the Ram side, you rarely see a DPS support like DJ Kush with a heal coming out. That is really interesting that he's not playing a kill lane, playing a heal lane. Now, Boise State, they are going to invade the red. They did walk over a ward, so Colorado State knows they're there, so we're probably going to get some vertical jungling going on.
And we got the Red Hots cam there on the bottom side. He's definitely looking serious. There we go. Got some sound, got an exchange of damage. And Dean is immediately going to get chunked down to about 50%, 300 health there. He burns a couple of potions, just some early game poke. Goblin going to return the favor as well, as it looks like here, just a very interesting start. You got the quick clears, and it already looks like the side of Rudolph moving into Boise State jungle and going to be taking that red for himself. But Lily sees it and will continue to do the same. Ascent, it's 1, 2, 3, gets the old equilibrium treatment and is low as well.
That's the other thing. I like the Nautilus into stuff like the Orianna and the Zoe because they're not going to take as much auto-attack poke. Frankie G's just going to be free to right-click as much as he wants. Looks like E-Thug, who's changed his name to E-Thug, wins jungle now. Going to go over and find out his red buff is completely gone, but the things come out. Boise State knows there's a Karthus there. We might have a full-on engage around these Krugs.
Oh, man, and he is quite low. Boise State has found him. Flash going to be burned. They got to get some kind of damage. Q is going to be enough. First blood is there, looking for the execute, but instead he gets executed. Obviously, it's going to be the first one for Boise State. A little damage coming out there, but nothing doing.
I was kind of shocked that Rudolph the Fourth decided to stick around that long in the Boise State jungle. Good job by E-Thug sort of saying, all right, we're not going to vertical jungle. I'm going to bet that this Karthus is still here. Looks like E-Thug has an opportunity in the mid lane, but Ascent is incredibly low.
You can still make this work, though, especially with what you have there. If the Eve lands, you can get in. It's going to be dangerous, but you have to get a hook on this guy. DJ Kush going to pop another shot there. That's why I hate going against these AP support, not enchanters, just these raw damage. Xerath, your Brand was the one that put me in a body bag last night. It's just not fun to play against, and basically you just get to sit there while they stack their spell thieves, but it's working out just fine for CSU. Boise State now trying to get something going here in the mid lane. Look at that CSB already. 15 is the scape at 4 minutes, and it's probably only going to expand from there.
Yeah, Sense goal's gotta be try to stay as much involved in the CS game as you can and try and get a gank from E-Thug, and especially don't go down as he barely survives to press the attack.
Yeah, PTA is just very dangerous here. And Ascent's one of those individuals who knows the matchup, and this is one of those deals where I know he wouldn't play this without just kind of like thinking about it, but right now it is just not paying dividends. CSB is massive, and again, being forced out basically at this point, forced to use the teleport back, so he's not going to have that for any kind of future engages. And Lucian's going to get that free back and have massive attacks when he gets back, so he gets to kind of free reign decide what he wants to buy next. Little damage exchange here in the top side, though, will allow for Red Hot to continue with his moves here on the top side.
Yeah, and this is a matchup actually I played last night from the Malphite angle. This is one where I think Red Hot is going to be able to freely do as much damage as he wants. He can get the stun, so it's going to be on Bladestorm to just basically disengage. You're never going to win a fight until level 6, and even then you're going to need jungle help. So for Red Hot, it's going to basically be making sure he doesn't overcommit, just farms out when he can, doesn't go in with all those minions there to do damage, because there's no way a Malphite is going to ever burst down a Camille, especially with the corrupting potion.
Yeah, we'll see as far as later game is concerned and what the build is. I mean, you can get to that point depending. But oh, great hook there, and the auto to stun. The dash is there. He's going to use it to go in. Ascent started that trade is not going to come out favorited there, but it's just a little bit of a hey, how are you? Going to burn some potions there, and already has the Dark Seal. Look, but that's a great dash, and the taunt is there. DJ Kush is locked down. Flash is expended. Out comes the passive on the Q. I'm sorry, the activatable on the Q. Goblin's going to be rewarded. Boise State has found yet another almost 700, 800 gold lead, already at 5.5 more damage being given.
Yeah, but I did see the Goblin had to blow the heal, as you see Red Hot dropping incredibly low. Goblin had to blow the heal to get in range with the movement speed. Dean with a great ignite as well. That canceled out the heal coming out for DJ Kush. The culling in the mid lane, barely blocked by some minions.
Thanks, minions, but in comes the Lilia Eep, and you're gonna get hit. The damage is there. Flash is expended, and 2 Boise State members Flash auto. What a rude dude! And he pulls himself away with the anchor, followed by the Lily Q. They are able to get another one. Oh, Dean tried to dash in, but instead looked kind of silly doing so. Not able to get the taunt there, as the support rotates into the mid lane. LOL smiley face. Dragon's going to fall with no one being any wiser. I'm not sure. I'd have to look back how Dean was able to walk past Dragon all the way up to the mid lane and not notice it. That's probably a funny exchange if we can go back and look at it.
I'm just impressed by the flash auto by Ascent. I mean, that was incredibly ballsy. And
Oh, we didn't see it.
Misses the turret on that one.
We didn't
so
see it. It didn't happen.
Embarrassing. No, you know, yeah, you're right. We didn't see anything. But yeah, that was really risky because then Frankie G actually dodged the anchor hook again. So I mean, that was really close to your double kill. And as we saw somebody say CSU next, that was probably about one auto attack away from being BSU saying, hey, let's go next. That Lucian's effect.
Well, and yeah, it was one of those situations where the two-shot can really put you in a bad spot, especially if you're not paying attention. I can't tell you how many times, you know, as a support, I try to go in and just get people out. They walk up, and congratulations, we get 1-2 right in the face. But running down, not necessarily the scenario here as far as both of these teams are concerned. Boise State going to launch off an Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Glenn's immediately going to be burned there from the Jin. Goblin's got some fancy feet. Doesn't take any damage from that, but does expend the ultimate for a summoner spell.
I mean, even with the kill, I mean, you just see the CS difference. Lucian up 30 basically is going to negate any kill that Nautilus has, and just with the 1 assist, that means Frankie G's still up in gold. Kills worth about 20 CS last time I checked, at least. Hook is going to miss. Rudolph, of course, should be able to get away.
That's just mean. I mean, again, this guy's got a relatively free jungle. He's already behind, and right now, Boise State is punishing him for it. He's going to be dropping in, going to take a serious amount of damage. Serious being a quarter at that point. Ascent was there just in case things got super spicy. Everyone heads back to their respective lanes. It looks like Red Hot is looking to fight Blade Storm here. No mana here on Blade Storm, at least a small amount at that, as Red Hot is looking to continue the fight. They should know a Hextech Ultimatum is going to come in. Red Hot does have the damage opportunity here. Takes a couple of shots. The minions are actually causing more damage than the opposing champion themselves. Going to be a trade to either side, and the hook is going to come through. Not really going to hit anything. Red Hot's here going to peel on back, but does get the better of that exchange.
Yeah, does have to be careful. Of course, Karthus level 6 means that anytime you win a fight, if you're on low health, it's not necessarily a, hey, okay, we're good to go, he's dead, because Karthus ult, it could come out. There's the engage.
Oh, sleeping time. Go back to mid, please. Yep, everyone's sleeping. Ethan's picking that one up. A kill here on the bottom side. Dean is able to find DJ Kush. The Requiem is going to be used. Everybody from Boise State relatively last that one off, except for Ethan, who is now a limping fawn. Open for deer season, but is going to find the way out. A massive trade for Boise State across the entire field.
Yeah, I mean, the Requiem not getting anything. You could see how low E-Thug was at 3-0-0. That 300 gold shutdown would have been huge for the Karthus to at least try and get him back in the game, as he's now 2 levels down. Looks like that is going to be Mountain Dragon for Boise State as well. And the Broncos really starting to pull away from this one. You can see CS still pretty close, though, especially that mid lane. That 28 CS lead means Frankie G right now, he's got to be the anchor to get Colorado State back in it.
Yeah, and again, that is, you know, no pun intended, the anchor. Great layering there to set that whole thing up, and then bottom side, we didn't really get to see until it was already too late. There's so much. He's taking fights on. They're so confident in their selection. And in the game, whether or not they're only ahead or you have to think again. Wow, massive damage trade there. The mid laner, 0-0-2, down 30-something CS. Actually, this is a massive teleport from Boise State. In comes Dean. The taunt is down. Red Hot is here, off of the wall. Hook shot. Hey, how are ya? Even the ADC is here to get the volley in. They will feed that one over to Red Hot and assuredly find that one for free. Wait, did he just back from the bottom push? Did I miss something? Or did they get another kill? I'm so confused as to how that just happened right there.
No, DJ Kush, unfortunately for Boise State, they went all in on a guy who was already dead, so DJ Kush got the back off. He's not going to go down.
Okay, I'm making sure.
You know, he just got the plane back off in a bush.
I'm sorry! You leave your lane partner, and in comes the equalizer. Not gonna happen. Sorry, ultimate coming out, and everyone's taking a nap this time around. Frankie G takes a walloping, but it looks like Boise State should be able to get out of here Ascent as well. And it looked very sketch there for the side of CSU 6-0, and it's been a little bit of a problem here. They're just gonna continue to push this mid lane.
Yeah, getting the teleport away from Blade's Storm, so he's not able to get more than one plate after Red Hot's committed the TP down. You see the mana immune finished on the Lucian, so he's going to start stacking that one a little bit easier. Take a look at the gold. Top lane, slight advantage. I mean, these numbers are pretty even. I mean, 600 gold for Goblet. Look at the jungle. 1,600 gold for my man E-Thug over Rudolph, and he's got some more gold this side.
Neener, you shouldn't have been there. That's, I mean,
1,800
no comment.
gold.
You just shouldn't have been there. You shouldn't have been there. Oh yeah, sorry, I was trying to make everyone look the other direction from the 1,800 gold thing because that was also kind of a silly placement for the ADC there. But most people find themselves in Ocean Drake, so it's not like it could get worse. It can't get much worse than that. Your ADC's down, you lose Ocean Drake.
Boise State's 3K gold lead, half of that is on E-Thug. Half. Half of the gold lead is on one man. So I guess for Colorado State, you can say if you shut down E-Thug, you have a chance. Good luck, Rudolph.
Did I not say that, though? I was like, you need to stop this beer, or she's going to put you in a body bag, and that is not at all what's happened. Even using the flash to get out. Nice Requiem. Looking to get some final opportunities. I do not believe it is going to happen. Wow! Oh, sorry, never mind. My computer glitched out. I thought E-Thug was like at 0 health there. But man, fierce. Boise State 8-0, 12-30. Looking super solid as far as the round is.
Yeah, I mean, you see 5-0. The Magi is already stacking up. Red Hot wants to engage on Blade Storm.
Well, it looks like Hextech ultimatum's coming in. You are stuck in. Here comes the Galio. Exactly what I was talking about. The taunt to follow. Red Hot is there. Ignite is down, but no way are they able to get that. But they will push this one down. It will give them authority here around Rifty if they want it. First, it looks like turret gold going to be removed there from the bottom side. I'm stumbling over my words today, but it looks like top side is going to push out this Malphite here, and then will continue to put pressure on that top side tower. Could be first tower for Boise State. We'll see how much they decide to push.
Morocco's getting some plates in the top lane. Good job by Ascent rotating down, at least for now, saving one plate from going away. An extra 80 gold over to Colorado State. You can see Red Hot's getting 2, trying to work on his third plate. 30 seconds left on the turret plating. Boise State right now has allowed, looks like 3 total for the side of Colorado State and 4 for the Broncos in terms of plates. So that's going to be 160 gold that Boise State's going to have once we hit 14 minutes.
For sure, and I hadn't considered where we were at, so a good rush down of those final plates, and then, of course, the Rift Herald afterwards, like we were talking about. It's a good move here from BSU. They can drop this pretty much wherever they want. It's not going to get extra plates, so it's wherever the strategic value is going to be, probably your mid lane, just because that allows you to crack open the base quicker, depending on how these team fights go. Damage is going to be pushed out here. Yeah, so it looks like they could set themselves up here for a mid lane push with this Rifty, and as well as find themselves a little bit on this upcoming Dragon here in the next bit. I don't have a timer on that, but you can already see they're starting to just clear as much vision as possible. You know that's going to be the next point of contention, and that will give PSU an even larger lead. Right now, 4,000 up at 15 minutes.
Yeah, Boise State definitely basically in control of every lane on the map. About the only one that's staying even is the top side, where Bladestorm and Red Hots have similar CS. Red Hots with the extra kill, so he's going to be about 300 gold ahead. Nice dash away by Frankie G as Dean rotates over. Boise State playing these splits very, very well. You can see bot lane's rotated up. Nautilus just kind of pushing on the back end. He's going to shove those minions in the turret. He'll back, and Boise State right now in complete command as they're getting ready to set up over that Dragon. You can see the Rift Herald spawning soon, or the Rift Scuttler, I should say, spawning soon. So that's going to be something Boise State wants to pick up there, get that vision on the Dragon right before it spawns, so they'll have that free ward, basically.
I'm just going to throw this out. It's a little bit late. I mean, I get a chance to. Never mind. It looks like Red Hots is going to be jumping on in. DJ Kush is going to be forced to use the heal that we were talking about. Hextech ultimatum is going to come down. In comes Dean. Tom is there, and bye-bye! Dean is going to close that one out for the side of Boise State University. And a good move there from Dean. Now, all supports out there. If it feels good to get your relic shield stack on a cannon minion, imagine how awesome it feels to get that stack on the mid lane's cannon minion as well, and then follow it up with a kill there. Dean doing an amazing job setting up these rotations, this movement from the side of Boise State. I really like what I'm seeing there, and just kind of a heads up for all, other support players out there. If you think your lane is fun to help out, try doing it in multiple places. It's amazing. A little bit of chicken here, as it looks like E-Thug coming on over, says, "Ha-ha! Killing Smite! Body in the head! Take a nap! And now you're dead!" And Ascent steals it because, Hextech Protobelt was designed to kill people.
Man,
I guess we're jumping right back in. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I was waiting to see if a fight broke out, but no, we're still in the traditional top lane wet noodle slam fest. But yeah, I mean, you know what? Hey, I guess, you know, the Magi is going to be a little bit less, but I mean, this is something you rarely ever see, by the way. Ethug's the highest level in the game. That 12 of 12.
He's 501. I can't believe it. We're jumping
11.
on in off of the tower, and we're jumping on in. Here comes the hero's entrance, and watch out, Red Hot. He's got that fancy distance feed, trying to get out of here, and a nice ultimate there is going to spell his demise. Team now trying to get out of here. They are committing quite a bit to this top side. Meanwhile, bottom side, you have just lost a tower. I hope your efforts were worth it. You got one, you lost a tower, and you are undoubtedly going to lose more here as the ADC splash in the mid lane. Rifty coming on out as far as bot side is concerned. They are looking to trade the top side, but it looks like Dean has other intentions in mind. Damage is coming out. Tower is going to fall. So trade on either side, but I still don't feel like Colorado State University got a lot. A teleport is coming on in. The question is, who is it and where will they go? Red Hot jumping on in, burning a flash from Rudolph, and a little bit of damage, a lot of bit of damage. 50% of his health is gone. Follow up. Teleport ×2 is there. Red Hot is toasty Magoski. Hook shot out, trying to find out what he can do. A flash going to be burned there from Frankie J. But Boise State was gifted a dragon. 2 teleports expended for 1 individual. I need to bust out my abacus, but I don't think that's necessarily fair or equal, as they are going to crash here on the top side. He's looking for something. Flash in, everybody taking a nap. It is a slumber party. He gets stunned down and a lot of damage coming out, but the E is going to clip. Requiem coming through. Could be the end. Never mind, he doesn't have a whole lot of damage out yet. He is able to taunt down DJ Kush. It's a support fight. Oh, one of these guys has an armor stat as well as MR. And now those 2 tanky dudes jumping on in. Eat your toast and Dean gonna close it out for a double. Boise State can't do no wrong. I guess 2 wrongs, and that's about it.
Yeah, that was nearly a disaster for Boise State. I mean, had Ethug gone down, even if he gets the kill, he loses 10 stacks on the Magi. So I don't know if I'm a fan of that play, even after seeing the result, because one, the wasted teleport by Red Hots felt really bad when he teleported into his death, and then Ethug, I know he's ahead. He's 6-0-2 now, but going in on the 1v3 and nearly dying for it, not sure if that's worth it. So for the Broncos, got to be careful with this lead, because they nearly threw it right back to Colorado State and let the Rams get back in this game. They're lucky to be alive, but that's not something, if I'm a Bronco fan, I want them to be repeating anytime soon.
Well, and it's like these 2 teams just won the Summoner Spell Lottery, and they feel like they can just blow their Summoner Spells whatever they want. 2 Summoner Spells expended just for Red Hot alone. Actually kind of started that whole chaos situation. Dean is not going to be spotted out here, just not decide to jump on in. And again, Boise State just setting up for this incoming dragon, trying to put themselves here at Soul Point. Everybody's got some vision, Ascent is feeling good, and now Boise State is going to corral the next dragon here, and just looking to do whatever they can. Continue to build up more damage is going to be just fine for the crew of Boise State University. Certainly will help Colorado, but again, we have not seen Requiem come in at any point in time that has been favorable or useful, for that matter, for Colorado State. Enchanted Crystal Arrow is down. Boise State looking to collapse possibly, but a good setup of CC and some traps will stop that there. Red Hot's jumping in on Blade Storm. Everything expended. No follow-up there as Boise State looks to collapse here, possibly on the mid lane. No hook needs to be found, and they will peel on back as quickly as they arrive.
And you can see Boise State finishing up their first items all across the board, working on their second one. Same for Colorado State, but the Mana Mune still hasn't fully stacked there for Frankie G, so he's waiting for that power spike. Has the BF sword as well. Storm Razor going to be finished there by Kichi, so he'll have a slow if he can get an auto attack off. But Boise State starting to get a little bit more tanky. You can see Ascent working on the Zanyas, Hourglass. Dean has the Magi's there as well. 0 stacks, just finishing that one after that last debacle up in the top lane, so he'll be able to try and start stacking that. So for Boise State, a lot of high-risk items. Of course, you see the Magi's on Ethug as well. So 1-1 fight for Colorado State's going to do a whole lot more than just gold they'll get. They'll shut down a ton of AP damage and kind of waste some wasted items on Boise State's side as well.
Sure, absolutely. The problem is they got to get there. Here comes the flank again. A flash in. There is the taunt. They find DJ Kush. He's one of the people they'll take out. Keen is going to go down. I'm sorry, is going to take one down, as it looks like instead the ADC from Boise State going to be dropped. Right now, trying to get out of there is Ethug. He's able to do so. The burn from Red, was that enough? Shutdown is going to come through. So the Magi stacks are down. Ascent now going to burn the ultimate, but get burned down in the same instant as Frankie G is going to fill him full of holes. with this bullet time, and there is an exchange across the board. So, what did we lose? We lost 3 on the side of Boise State, 2 on the side of CSU, and they are more than okay with that because it does take a significant chunk out of the Lilia spree, but she did grab a few on the way out, so not as much as they initially anticipated.
Yeah, I think the shutdown gold's going over to Rudolph as well. It's going to allow him to finish his lead entries. 10 stacks lost on E-Thug's Magi, so it's going to reset back down to 12. You can see Dean staying alive, and now Frankie's
Oh, no! Looks like Red Hot is going to find Frankie G. Actually, hook shot misses. Hectic Ultimatum is going to come in. Hero's Entrance is going to steal that one. Good job, Dean. Just kidding. It's a kill secured, not a kill.
I'll be curious to see if Colorado State can make a play off of that. Not right now, but the fact that Red Hockey is not going to have the flash, forcing to use it after the hook shot missed, means maybe he can get caught out in the top lane if he's split pushing. Arrow comes in.
Oh, and Skinny Crystal Arrow is going to lock down Blade on the rest of the PC coming on through. X-Tech Belt is going to be used, and the rest of Boise State is looking for more, but instead they will peel off and find the spoil of their reward. Don't care. They're getting a dragon from it. That's all that matters.
I mean, that's scary. I think for Colorado State, that was their tank with the Sunfire K. Doesn't have as much magic resistance as you probably like. As we're going to see the Zero ult. Can he get the steal? No. That was the tank that melted for Colorado State. I mean, just imagine how anyone who isn't tanky is going to feel from this burst combo.
I mean, tank. I can't see my fingers. I use air quotes. Tank. He's got the Sunfire Cape, sure, that's great and all, but the cat is the second one, a little tanky, but not like super tanky. I understand what he was looking for there. So again, this is a comp that I had concerns with right off the bat, and not that I don't like patting myself on the back, but 17-5, 21, 23 minutes into this, and right now Boise State is looking pretty prime, especially on the back of that Lilia, to basically close this out. Don't forget, Dean is a support that's currently 6-0-3, and he is now even building a Magi's. I've seen it all as far as today is concerned.
The one thing, yeah, I mean, to go on to that comp comment you make, if you look at the Malphite's build, the Sunfire is maybe working on the Abyssal Mask. If that's Sunfire Abyssal Mask, the question becomes, why didn't you just play Ornn, who builds the exact same items, probably does the exact same thing with an ult that has a knockup built into it, but oh, by the way, he makes the rest of your team better. I mean, you just watch one Worlds game. Ornn is incredible. Why would you pick the Malphite over the Ornn? That right now, to me, has to be the biggest question mark for CSU's draft.
Well, oh man, and Crystal Arrow is going to land one swipe there from E-Thug. Took nearly 70% of the health bar there from DJ Kush. You're taking a nap here as it looks like Frankie is also going to get walloped. Those stacks are immediately back. 24 beat by number as E-Thug looking to complete this item. Boise State looking to close out this game. Baron within their eyes, and there's really not much that CSU can do to stop them.
CSU, they do have the curtain call, they do have the unstoppable force, so they can get over the wall if they want to. So good job by Dean. He is standing on a ward, but at least going to try and thwart any attempt from Colorado State to steal this.
We see you as it looks like everything going to be expended here trying to get Dean out. Ultimate is going to be burned. Might as well just get rid of the opposing jungle and the rest of his crew for that matter. Heal is going to be used in the zoom there, but Requiem is going to be enough. Curtain Call is going to come in. Boise State University is super low health bars right now, and Dean is trying to get out of here. Will use Hero's Entrance to do so. Tried to dash, but is going to be stopped. Good move there from Frankie G. And now Boise State needs to get out of here. Ascent is looking for something. The auto is in. Enchanted Crystal Arrow going to follow. Volley is there, but a flash out from Frankie G will save his life. And a great shot there from the side of DJ Kush. Means ace. Boise State, they tried to bait him in, but that ward gave him away. And that is going to be the first solid move for the side of CSU.
Yeah, and a little bit of a miscommunication from Boise State as well, as everyone hopped over the Baron wall except for Red Hots, who didn't have that flash that we talked about earlier. So he kind of got beat down by the Baron to the point where he was in range to get killed by the Requiem, and that was extra gold that went over to Rudolph. So for Boise State, they unfortunately left their low health member alone. Red Hots couldn't get out in time, and I don't think it's enough to put Colorado State back in the game. You still see the 4K gold differential, but that is enough to probably give Colorado State enough courage to contest this Dragon Soul that's going to be coming up here in the next few minutes.
Sure, and again, you got to take into account the Magi stacks. I mean, that is wasted gold for the side of, like, Dean, if you will. Sure, he gets some stats off of it, but he just lost every single one of those stacks. You went from 25 stacks to 17. The impact is still going to be massive. It's just not going to be as strong as it was before. Are we going to be seeing 70% health bars removed, or maybe only 50, possibly 30? We'll have to see once the fights actually break out how this happens. But it looks like E-Thug is looking for another member. Go ahead, put him to sleep with the ultimate, smack him on down. See, 50% on the tanky member, so it's going to be about 70 to 80 still, despite the, well, now we're back to 21 stacks. JK, it's going to be 90.
And it's just still, every time I look down at the item builds and I see the Abyssal Mass Sunfire on Malphite, I'm like, wait, is there another rock-like creature? Sorry, I don't know my lore that well. I apologize in advance. But is there another rock-like dude who can build that exact same build and do it better and make his team better in the orange? So Colorado State doesn't win this game because, I mean, look, you see Malphite, I think he's around level 13, 14. This is when the orange items will be coming out and shrinking that 4K gold lead. So you really have to wonder why it was not the orange take for Colorado State. And that right now is basically the reason that this game isn't all tied up in terms of the hidden orange gold, because the Malphite not going to have nearly as much value.
Well, and again, I could be wrong because I didn't write anything down. I'm not sure if he was banned or not, and maybe that's the situation. Oh, never mind. Oh, Jana Crystal Arrow going to be cleansed away there, but that should help them set up here for this impending dragon fight. I don't know, man. Unlike the ability that, Malphite has to just drop in on somebody. Ascent is going to be caught out here, and he's playing a mid lane. Nautilus here. Damage is coming in. A hero's entrance. Stop clock burned. Goblin going to find one. A double taunt here. Requiem is coming out here in jumps. Red Hot's here. Rudolph is going to find Goblin in the meantime. He's going to find a double. Red Hot's looking to do just about the same. Is able to pick up yet another as it's Red Hot, DJ Kush, and he's got the fanciest defeat. Going to lifesteal off that Tiamat is burned, and oh my god, the triple there for Red Hot. That dude is so smooth. Finds himself not only the triple kill, but gets himself a 1v1 from relatively no health and just absolutely decimates, abuse, and embarrasses DJ Kush there in his jungle.
That's one problem with those AP supports, is you're not going to have the auto attack help. As soon as Red Hot knew he dodged all three abilities from DJ Kush, he's like, hey, this is game over. You're not going to kill me auto attacking auto Z-Raz. So great play by Red Hot, and this Baron should be a lot easier for Boise State, even getting on all five members. That's going to help.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so much easier when nobody else is alive, but it looks like E-Thug here. No prisoner is going to walk right in. Banshee's Veil is going to be burned. One shot there, does about 50%, is still feeling okay, and is going to dawdle his way on out of the opposing jungle into his own. Find a blue here, and Boise State resets. They even got the Elder there, so they are dealing, I believe the term is tons of damage.
The crucial Baron timer, 2 minutes and 30 seconds for Boise State. All three tier 2 towers available for Colorado State and Boise State. You can actually see the turrets, despite the Broncos lead, it's still 3 aside, so this is going to allow them to shove probably any lane they're choosing, maybe even with a 1-3-1, but they really don't have a great second split pusher besides Red Hots, but easily should be able to pick up a couple of tier 2 turrets here, maybe even catch out Colorado State and with a game ender there with the Baron minions.
Well, and Boise right now is just clearing out as much vision as possible. I mean, they're focusing on the top side, not necessarily needing to. Holy mother of goodness! That is a lot of damage from one E. That was 50% of your ADC's health from one skill that was in your face. So Boise should be able to crack this. They may probably, I don't know, they might find this inhibitor. They're going to find the inhibitor turret almost assuredly here. Red Hot's going to be splitting up here as they push this mid lane, as well as the bottom side, 4-on-1. As it, wow, looks like it's going to be the move here. Red Hot is looking for a way out. He is not going to find it. They're going to send all of the members there onto the bottom side and catch out Red Hot and punish him for feeling so brave.
Yeah, that's one way to get the split pusher's gold out.
Woo! Big hook, lots of damage, and the death charge comes through. Ascent is able to stopwatch in. Hero's entrance is going to come in handy to try to save Goblin. Dean is jumping on in, possibly to just try to save the rest of his team. Volley is going to come through. E-Thug is going to find one, but it looks like Frankie is going to find the other. Damage coming through. All he has to do is auto. Just look at him the wrong way. Just kidding. You have to walk away as the burn is enough there from Ethos. And as another one comes on through, gives him the old eep. You're out. You couldn't watch out because you're toasty Magosi. There's the triple. Dean looking to set this one up. It's coming through. Quadra. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know Jin has that number, but he's also gone an ace for Boise State.
Yeah, great play by Ethug to sort of slow play it in the back line, allowing Colorado State to run to them despite winning the fight. Like the Heroes entrance as well from D, using it on the Ash. Does give you that small passive magic resist shield that he gets from his W, so he used that to try and stop some of the Requiem damage. I like that sort of weird Heroes entrance there by Dean to give Goblin as much health as he could, but I mean, for Colorado State, you got to wonder, you just won this fight. Don't chase down the man who's a 17-2 at this point. I mean, you were talking about 80%. We're near 100% with any ability. Anytime Ethug hits a key, you just got to take your victories if you're Colorado State and not try and force it. Baron's going to fade as Red Hot might have a pick.
He's going to burn the Banshee's Veil here. Hextech ultimatum used. Red Hot says 1v1 me, you can't. And it's not even that CSU is like chasing the Lily. It's the Lily is aggressively and just unabashedly jumping into everything that they can find their way into. It's like you want to run away, but you can't. It's like your worst nightmare. It's like a squishy Rammus that deals even more damage as a burster. It's ridiculous. This champion, again, I said not to let get out of control. This is like a Hurricane Cat 5 kind of situation. As far as the damage that's going to be done. It looks like a little bit of a trade here. Ascent is going to be cut out first. The flash damage is going to come out there, and it looks like instead Lockdown Goblin going to find one. Red Hot's jumping on in, but actually those 4 shots there from the Jin did a serious amount of damage. Red Hot's is going to be caught. Boise State has been absolutely wiped from the map. They stayed way too long. They were too brave as the Baron buff expires. CSU is going to find an ace here and could claw their way back into this.
Dean trying to get away. If Ketchy can get the shot, the Stormwings is enough. They're not able to quite get the ace, but that was Boise State 1. That's weird that they kind of ate the curtain call. I don't know if they didn't expect it to do as much damage, if they thought they were out of it. So good job by Kichi to get that. But also, and I was going to bring this up before the fight started, this Nautilus build is painful. I mean, he's playing Nautilus like a Galio. I mean, this is a weird AP brawler build. You got to play Nautilus like a tank. Dean might have a pick.
Dean apparently does. Teleport is coming in from behind, so Dean needs to be careful. He is actually going to be stunned down. He is going to be using a stopwatch, but everybody from CSU is going to be here. Dean trying to back out using the hero's entrance. Teleport is going to be used again as Boise State burns 2 summoner spells to protect their support, who picked that fight. And now they have to decide where they go from here. Perhaps it's just, map movement, map management. We'll see what the situation is and how Boise State decides to go about. Yeah, I thought that might be the case. They're just going to clear some vision here, try to set up for what's coming up next year in this pit. And, of course, it is none other than Baron on steroids, the Elder.
Yeah, the Elder Dragon could be huge. We've seen it, as you were mentioned in Worlds, where a team, they didn't have Dragon Soul, but they got the Elder and the game was over. We do see that Ethug has sold the Magi's. He's gone to get rid of that. Now that he's lost a couple of stacks, even though he's 17-3 going for the Void Staff there. And now it's Elder Dragon time. Boise State's got a call. Do you burn it or do you disengage? The curtain call's going to start things.
Ascent is going to start this one out. Red Hot is going to jump in, but it looks like Blade Storm is more than okay jumping on in. Rudolph is going to find Ascent, but the Elder goes over to Boise State. You better hope your health bars stay up. Requiem coming through, but it means nothing as all of Boise State members are more than healthy, and now they will continue the hunt with this Elder Drake. They will find everything they want and then some. Take a Baron too while you're at it, or just crush down the lane of your choosing. Right now, Boise State's looking poised to finish this game.
The ping's going to go onto the Dragon, so Colorado State's going to live another day here, but it's going to be extremely hard to contest it at all. Don't even know if the Rams know Boise State is melting this down. Curious to see if they'll wait for Ascent to get it. They don't care. They want to make sure that is a Baron secured. Second one of the game over to Boise State. Objectives have been all the Broncos right now, but finishing has not been very clean. It's a 10K gold lead, but the Rams have always found a way back, so Boise State has to be careful.
Hey, they're just playing with their food at this point. A couple of questionable calls. They're really limit testing, as I like to say. Again, that's so much damage to the ADC off of one maneuver. You can walk away from it, but if it's put correctly, it's really hard. It's like the Zoe kind of situation. See, another one first to use an ability to get on out. Boise State is straight up juicing right now and poised to close this game again. The equilibrium coming through. X-Tech Ultimatum is out. Red Hot takes an absurd amount of damage immediately. Not entirely sure what the deal was with that, but Boise State does have Baron and Power Minions. Should be able to find themselves a relatively easy Nexus Tower 1, Nexus Tower 2, but we will see how much longer they want to stave it off. In comes the Malphite Ultimate. Damage is being layered. It is going to come through, but Goblin is a big old fat boy. It is going to eviscerate the side of CSU. Continuing to push here on the Nexus. Theme gets everyone pushed away. Goblin closes it out. Boise State up 1.
Great job by Boise State to finish that game off. 36-minute victory for the Broncos, putting themselves on match point in this best of 3, all on Ethug at that point, 18-4 to round things out for Boise State, having nearly half of the Broncos kills. So great job for Boise State, as you put it best, Chisu. Some questionable calls along the way, but Boise State still victorious there. Came down to, I believe, a smite fight over the Elder Dragon, Ethug winning that one, and that being the turning point. So the Broncos 1 game away. Fish and Chisu here with the Mountain West Fall League of Legends tournament. Winners bracket between Boise State and Colorado State. Broncos trying to punch a date to the winners finals, potentially against Nevada or San Jose State, pending the winner of that game. And I think I might have seen in the chat, Chisu, that we might have a special guest potentially joining us. I'll have to see if our man is on call. But before we get to that, Rocky Mountain Warfare Invitational coming up October 10th, multi-state affair. So if you're in Oregon, Idaho, South Dakota, or Montana, go ahead and check out the Idaho Army National Guard at any of their social media links. Get some information, get registered, and get in. There are the awesome prize packs, champion, second place, and third place duos Warzone tournament for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. So it's going to be a ton of fun. Can't wait to see how that goes down this weekend. But right now, I am a little bit more interested in how Boise State can wrap up game number 2, because that was still something that left much to be desired.
I mean, you can say that, but it was a pretty decisive victory. It's just an issue of closing things out and trying to finish it. Also, I just want to say it real quick. Those Orca bottles, absolutely top tier. Wouldn't it be nice to have one? You might be able to get one at some point. But as far as the game was concerned, Boise State just looked really dominant. And again, even selling out the Magi's at just the right time. A lot of questionable, like, why are you still fighting? But like I said, limit testing. And they decided to rock Lee and take the pads off towards the end.
Yeah, they definitely still would have been curious to see how close that smite battle was on the Elder Dragon. I definitely think that Rudolph was in the pit. I mean, he was a couple levels down, but still, that's probably not where you want to go with it. I am curious to see, waiting for production's word, if we are going to have our special guest joining us. I saw it in the chat. A certain bearded man might be coming. I don't know if that's true.
He's too busy. He's too busy yelling at us in team games because Clash is here, and he's like, "You guys are bad, and you don't know what you're doing." And I'm like, "I know, dude. I had my first 16 death game, I believe, the other day, and I don't even know how it happened. Like, it was not fun. So he's probably mad at me. That's probably what it is."
I've never seen Baratel mad a day in my life, but we'll see if we get in. We'll see if we don't. Regardless, Boise State's up 1 going into game number 2. You've got to guess a Lilia Band's on the table. Colorado State, nothing really scared me. I don't think Boise State would mind if the Rams ran it back there. Definitely think there are some improvements that they could make. Not sure that the Malphite was the right call. Not sure that the Xerath was the right call. Those were the 2 lanes that sort of had big question marks from me.
I'll give you the Malphite top side of things. Like, I'm not going to debate that. I've seen it work. And I feel like it was one of those, haha picks against Red Hots more than it was, we want this champion. And that didn't work out because Red Hots immediately smacked him in the face with the Camille, which is typically what happens. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe, they go that route. You mentioned Ornn. I'd have to take a look at the draft again. If you're going to play the Malphite, you can't just play the Ornn. That extra 3,000 probably would have done something. But, man, the hooves on that girl, and then the proto belt from Ascent was pretty hilarious. It kind of just the entirety of this game. Kills were not necessarily going where they were supposed to, if you will. Dean right there picking up a double kill. He also built a Magi's at one point to kind of show you just how absurd this game was.
I think he still had it at the end because he only died that one time, so he kept his stacks. I mean, I don't mind the Xerath pick. It's just, one, the heal is really interesting. You rarely play Xerath into a control bot lane, so that was something that kind of caught me off guard. So maybe bring the Ignite, but I definitely think there's mages that do it better. As you mentioned it personally, Brand, I think, is a lot better than Xerath. He's got a lot more AoE damage in team fights because you could see Boise State was being grouped up a lot of the times. Or just go back to the traditional. I mean, the Blitzcrank, the Sona, the Leona, all champions DJ Kush has played in solo queue. I think all would have potentially worked better, given the Rams some front line that they were desperately missing besides Malphite, who was getting burst down. So I think they could do some improvements. I'll be curious to see where they want to go in game 2. But yeah, you probably are right. It really feels like that Malphite was like a ha-ha Red Hots. You can't play Malphite. Red Hots like, I'm playing Camille now. I don't care. I don't play tanks.
Oh man, wouldn't it be weird if I knew every piece of? Oh my goodness!
It is me.
There's Barrett.
I'm here.
All right. Well,
First off, most importantly, I just have to. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
There's no way anything that could happen that would make me mad at you, Adam. Shizu, ever. So just wanted to clarify and clear that water up. Oh, dude, super fun. Also, super fun to watch was this game in particular. Fish, you had something to say, though, about that.
Oh, I was going to pitch it to you and say, I mean, Chizu and I gave our thoughts on where we thought the improvements could come from both sides. So let's hear Barrett's takeaway from game 1, both sides.
I really do like the fact that they were trying to do what they can to try and mitigate the ability to capitalize on that mid lane. Because as we saw the last time that Boise State drafted the Nautilus, it was Camp City mid. I mean, I don't even think that there was even an attempt at a dredge line without Ethug there in the wings. And then this Lucian was able to continually fight off this Nautilus 1v1 pressure. So I think that was a really important part of the draft. But with that, the criticism is also coming to question because, like you had mentioned, Fish, there was no other front line besides Malphite, and he wasn't much of one anywhere. We saw him get caught in the mid lane with that Ash arrow and then just immediately melt. So it's tough. It's tough to see what's going to happen. Hopefully, they'll do a little bit something different here with the draft.
So, Baratel, as far as the draft is concerned, like, what would you get rid of? What would you change if you are CSU right now?
Karthus. I think
you want to change that one out?
I think because of the fact that Karthus wasn't able to get a lot of just hyper farming capabilities, both in the jungle and then beyond that, Dark Harvest stacks. We attempted to see Requiems be used on 4 or 5 members of Boise State, and the damage just wasn't there because he didn't have the monetary supplements to back it up. He doesn't have Count, essentially, installed on his computer, so all of his funds were not protected. Alternatively, if you want to draft Xerath, I think that the fact that you get so much free gold from poking, and boy did he poke in that bottom lane with Jhin to back you up, that's going to be your AP damage source, I think. So maybe if you wanted to stick with an AP jungler, I mean, Nidalee is an option. Elise is even an option. Talia, maybe. Fiddlesticks is always a question as well. Someone to maybe continue to do damage while Malphite keeps someone in play. So maybe they want to put something around that. I know that Evelyn's been banned from Boise State, so that's really good from them. But gosh, they just need like 1 or 2 more things, and I think they're going to be really giving Boise State a harder time.
Take a look at the bans. Only difference from game 1, Lilia on the side of Colorado State and Lucian banned away by Boise State. So that's going to open up Urgot, something that Bladestorm has quite a few games on, but the Rams going to kick it off with the jungler we've been seeing a whole heck of a lot of. Graves going to be the pick.
It's an interesting one. I mean, that denies Boise State a lot of opportunity, both with Hecarim and Lilia, and now Graves being taken off the table. Evelyn and Kane most likely something that's just favored by Colorado, so I don't think that was something that Ethug typically plays. But with that being said, we know what's left in the wheelhouse for that player, and it's some spicy stuff. I mean, we have the Twitch, we can see the Zac, we can see the Sejuani, all different sorts of things.
I immediately was having like a Kill Bill, like weep, weep, flashback, but instead that's immediately going to be staunched. As I thought we were going to see the Twitch, but instead Nidalee is going to be picked up, and that is a champion who right now, you know what? I think people just forgot how much she hurts. I don't know if you necessarily agree with that statement.
Oh no, she definitely does a tremendous amount of damage, and then what she does in damage is equal to that of Elise, but she doesn't fall off. And then beyond that, Primal Surge is arguably one of the best carry-focused heals in the game. You can make it so whatever build you go on this Ashe, you're going to have just, I think, double the attack speed of anyone else. Primal Surge gives you so much attack speed, and it's a huge heal. The build also with that Athene's Unholy Grail, it's a burst heal, so any sort of burst against an ADC would be really safe as well. So that's a really good draft there from Boise State.
Colorado State, they're going to full ship the AD train. You've got Graves, Caitlyn, Urgot being picked up, so armor going to be a key for Boise State. I also do like the Nilly. I think it's something that is in Ethug's repertoire with like a 70+% win rate that we've never seen before. Now with the Lilia banned away and Nilly making a rise on the global stage, I think that may be giving him some confidence to play it. And then here's the Malphite for Red Hot, so he's going to try and get you right back. Still think Ornn's probably the better pick over Malphite, though.
I mean, the engage tools alone are pretty hard. Go ahead, Bertha.
Yeah. I was just going to say, with the fact that they've drafted 3 AD, I think that's kind of tipped the hand that Boise State wants to play this Malphite top. I do agree that there are, I think, better top lanes for this particular matchup. If Urgot does truthfully go top, then Malphite kind of has a tough time. He doesn't do well against ranged champions. But again, it's Red Hot, so we've seen him do super well against everyone. Speaking of doing super well, look at this production crew! Holy cow! They're separated, but they're all unified all at the same time. Gotta love it.
Shut up and talk about the game.
They make us look good and sound good, so a big shout out to them. Never thought I'd see a Nautilus ban from Colorado State, so we've somehow, Nautilus mid now being targeted down 6 months later. Morgana Lux taken away by Boise State. Final ban for the Rams. I don't know what it's going to be.
Tough.
Lulu. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Like, when you think about it, with how much they have the ability to just, if you have just Ashe as your main damage source, which it looks like as of right now is the case, Primal Surge and Lulu on top of it, Goblin's going to just not be stopped. They're going to draft again the Galio, which, as you guys were talking about, we anticipated it mid. It flexed to the support role. Can still do the same thing. It's a lot of engage in the follow-up CC that they have with the Malphite. So that's always a question when people draft or when teams draft Orianna. You're like, who's the ball delivery system? In this comp, when you see Galio, who's the Galio delivery system, and how reliable is it?
That's a good way to put it. And again, just a whole lot of explosive damage from the side of Boise State University if they're able to get this locked down. But it looks like Silas is going to be hovered here. Very curious as Steven saw the confusion.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say.
He's got
mid Silas, I guess? I was going to say, I mean, mid Silas, he's got some good ults to steal. I'll give him that. And then there's the Sona taken away from Dean that we've heard just rumors about but never been able to see. Silas has got some powerful ults to steal. I don't know if I like it into the mid lane, depending on who Boise ends up picking up, because as you mentioned, Baratel, the Galio really aren't sure where it's going at this point.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's such a nice adaptation Boise State as a team is able to make. Typically, when you see Galio, you only kind of rescind it to being in the mid lane, similar to that of Nautilus as a support role, but ultimately they're able to get these flexes out, and I'm sorry to tell you guys, Silas does not have a fun time against that Disney character right there. Just kidding, not sponsored by Disney. She does too much damage to be sponsored by Disney.
Listen, dude, the funny thing is take a look at the ults real quick. What there's 2 champions that you don't get anything really when you steal them as a Silas. I really love that interaction. I don't know if that's intentional, but it's always awesome when you're like, "Hi, I am afraid of this." Oh, just kidding. Nice job, Silas. You're now a Panther, Silas. Good luck for the next handful of seconds.
Yeah, and again, he also struggles against ranged. As always, one of those champions. Actually, Boise State drafting 2 of the best champions for haha, neener. The farther away I am from you, the more damage I do.
Yeah, the only problem is, you're right, Cheesy. There's 2 ultimates he can't steal. If he steals the Unstoppable Force, he will truly be an Unstoppable Force. That's the only one he needs to hit. Boise State just has to body block him from hitting R onto Malphite, because that's the last thing you want to see is a Silas flying into your backline with the amount of damage and healing he can do. So Executioner's probably something that Ashe has got to pick up quickly.
I highly anticipate a whole blow-up situation as far as Boise State's concerned. Love the damage opportunities, love the CC, the corral effect. I'm looking forward to it.
You see there the rules. Here is the bracket. Boise State trying to advance to the winter finals to take on either Nevada, the reigning Mountain West champion, or San Jose State. Loser will drop down to the second chance bracket, if you will, where they will play the winner of Hawaii and Wyoming, I believe. So going to be curious to see where that goes. Once again, they have not added your no weakness portion to the Doc's keys to the game, Chizu, but hopefully you're okay.
I mean, it's fine. They really did that in the last game, too. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, for Boise State, their whole motto is the fact that, like, you... Oh, my goodness.
I quit! I'm out! I'm done! I'm out of here! I quit!
Yeah, actually, it's not. That's not as much of a Photoshop as you think. That's actually Dr. Haskell's elbow and part of his forearm, too. He's kind of ripped. But he always wears those button downs, so he can't really tell.
That's his second job. That's his second job, actually. No Photoshop needed. But
I do want to mention, kind of in the meme of everything, weakness is important because through adversity, I think Boise State makes its greatest strengths. We always allude back to the start of the season specifically and how the team didn't really seem to have a footing and really have a solid hold on what they wanted to do as a team. But now, with the power of those biceps, and of course their weakness and no fear, no mercy, they are a very strong contender.
We broke him. We've done it. We've broken
dying.
Adam.
He's actually dying.
He's actually gone.
Do we have a problem? No, Sensei. Just
Sweep the
I just see
leg.
Chris walking up to like one of his players and just like wiping the blood from his nose. He's like, sweep the Oriana. What? Do we have a problem? No, Sensei. He's like flex out like bans Oriana. This is the comic waiting to just try not to swear. Just
Someone work on this. Someone in some sort of artistic department make a comic book that is the continuation or the Boise State adaptation of the dojo, but the dojo is the Boise State's esports arena.
can you not do this right now?
We really have lost him. So while Adam recovers, I do want to get to a somewhat serious note, Bertel.
Yeah.
You mentioned the Athene's Unholy Grail on Italy and how great that is. I have this really, really sneaking suspicion we're not going to see anywhere close to that from E-Thug. Support and him.
E-Thug only building damage?
Yeah,
Weird.
so E-Thug and support items haven't always gone hand in hand. I mean, we've seen the pure lethality Hecarim come out, so I'm guessing this is pure one-shot Spear City going to come out. So he has the Primal Surge to heal, but I don't know if the Athene's and Holy Grail we're going to see. This feels like this is a absolute carry Nidalee, because I think it kind of has to be.
Yeah, let's get a counter in the chat of how many times he actually heals someone other than himself. I do want to mention, just as another critique on a serious point, the damage diversity from Boise State is rather weak in this draft. I mean, it's primarily magic damage, which is not the easiest to itemize against because there's so few magic resist items. But it's still something that is exploitable. And then if you just take out the Ash and have this magic resist, it's going to be hard for this damage to get through here on the side of Colorado State and get that sticky on the health bars. But that's going to be enough for me. I'm going to go back in the chat. You guys have a fantastic game. I'll be back later.
Love you. Bye.
So what do I say with Glovely? We want to hear from you again, but if we hear from you again, that means there's a game 3, and that's what we don't want. So we'll see if Boise State can prevent Baratel from joining us. It is the Dark Harvest Nidalee, and then the Fleet Footwork Silas. Not something I technically agree with. I think it would have been better for him to go Conquer, have that long sustain against stuff like the Malphite and the Galio, but we'll have to see if that lane sustain against the Zoe is worth it in the long run.
Well, it looks like Boise State went hard for that red just to get some vision down. Now they're going to come back to their blue. Oof, you guys killed me with that. Production gets a gold star on the day, for the week for that matter. I cannot remember the last time I laughed so hard I cried. So awesome. BSU production, top tier. Looks like Blade Storm, Frankie G, and Rudolph going to be hanging out here in this kill bush looking for the rest of Boise State, and they are going to find him. They are going to find, it looks like E-Thug able to flash out as the shotgun legs don't do what they want. A first blood over to Boise State off of the tip of a spear and a kiss of the fist from Zoe.
I'm sorry, not so much a fist as a paddle of some sort. But Boise State looking for more here as Bladestorm is going to try to counter jungle here. We do see that he is going to be on that top end. Red Hot's looking for something, is going to be forced to flash out here, as it looks like E-Thug does not want to give over this red for free, is going to continue to chase down Bladestorm here, because in comes Ascent. Battlestar is used, Flash is going to be picked up, just kidding. We'll use Summoner Flash. Boise State is up 2 at 2 minutes. Remake?
Yeah, I mean, that was
a remake.
That was everything that Colorado State needed. I mean, you saw how low E-Thug was, couldn't finish the deal. Bladestorm's like, hey, I'm going to get tricky here and try and invade. Then ends up going down himself. I mean, that's got to mess with the mental if you're Colorado State, because you were 10 health away from probably blowing this game wide open and just not letting E-Thug have any fun. Instead, you're now extremely far behind, and good luck dealing with that.
Oh, a great jump taunt, and the cleanse going to be burned there. This is looking, you know, we were talking G2 TL just a second ago. This is exactly what Team Liquid did to G2. Although E-Thug right now going to be caught out here, going to use the smite to gain as much health as he can, looking to jump the wall, is going to get the heal there from Gobble, using the Summoner spell to continue through, as the bottom is going to rotate as well. When is popping off shots, Rudolph goes over the wall, Boise State is going to flash. Nice double taunt, continue through, Goblin looking to put damage down, but it looks like they will sacrifice the blue buff. No need for it there, as everybody is here. It is a party in the bottom side of the river. Have a nice snap. Here comes the damage. Flash through. E-Thug gonna pick that one up on Frankie G. Boise State 3 for 3. A kill per minute. Let's go. Oh, just kidding. Red Hot's gonna ruin that.
Yeah, Red Hot's gonna get flipped into tower range, so good job by Bladestorm coming back on that one. Yeah, this has been an absolute brawl to kick things off. 4 kills in 3.5 minutes, and once again, though, I mean, okay, it made some sense on the Z-Rat. Heal on the Sona. I know he used it to keep people alive. That one doesn't. That one doesn't look right. And that one doesn't feel right.
Listen, you're a support. Once upon a time, we took heal. Shut up, all right? It's not all about you and your slows and your ignites and your metas and your chilling smites that can be picked up as a passive now on a champion. Sometimes we just want you to not die, and that kind of seems to be the case here as far as Colorado State is concerned. There's healing, and then there's more healing, and then there's E-Thug who jumps in on you, hits you with the spear, just kidding, but burns the flash simply by his presence alone.
Yeah, great job by E-Thug, just pushing the advantage that Colorado State opened up for him by missing that first blood. So now you've got to wonder, how much carrying can Bladestorm do? How many kills can he pick up? Because right now he's the only lane, besides Bot, that's at least even put a ton of damage on the Red Hot. But Urgot also incredibly low and out of mana, so he's probably not going to have much finished presence there. Thus Graves comes up.
He's got the press the attack as well. Again, I don't play Urgot, so I don't know how that works. I just feel like Conqueror is so unbelievably strong right now, and he procs it so ridiculously quick that he might benefit from that. But again, just going to burn down this lane, continue to push on. As far as CS is concerned, Red Hot's really not having any issues here. Also has a couple of assists to his name. The only black mark for Boise State, but he's definitely doing everything he can. He even has a Dark Seal to start it out. Jumping in with the Paddle Star there. Ascent not going to be able to do a whole lot, but is already winning straight out.
Yeah, the Ascent already has the Lost Chapter to a Corrupting Potion Dark Seal. You see Dean is there.
Sleep, and here comes Dean. Taunt! Here comes the rest of Boise State. Teleport's gonna be used, but Rudolph is there. I mean, I guess you got to see your teammate die, so that's pretty cool, as it looks like Boise State picks up yet another.
I don't know why Bladestorm teleported in, especially when Dean was there. He picks up the Coal and the Null Magic Mantle, so that's going to be a while before that Urgot is anywhere near online. You can just see the advantage Boise State has. Goblin already back and getting the Coal as well as some boots. So definitely an uphill battle for Colorado State. The 2K gold deficit less than 5 minutes into the game.
Oh my goodness. Ascent is just holding no prisoners, man. Is looking for any opportunity, as it looks like Frankie gonna jump in on that, but not do a whole lot of damage. Was not able to land his chains, was not able to land the extra damage. And again, Ascent is just able to pretty much hold on to this lane, do what he wants. 1-0-3 running the perfect game right now. Even Galio's feeling pretty good. 1-0-2. Expended teleport on the top side means Boise State does have the teleport advantage here. They're not even gonna need it. They're just gonna walk over to the Dragon. Dean apparently is going to fall pretty low here, but it looks like Ascent going to rotate down. Great communication, great operation, and great setup from Boise State University. Even the Hawk comes out to ensure that nobody is there, no danger, nothing doing. Free Drake for you.
Yeah, great job making sure as soon as bot lane back, you had full bot prio and no one was even close. Now, they will have to be careful on the bot side. You see it's a 10 CS lead and growing for Kichi, and he also has the BF sword versus the Cole. So he's going to have the burst damage, especially if he gets a headshot combo onto Goblin or Dean. So the Broncos got to be careful to not let Colorado State back in the game, because that would have been my one criticism from game one. Boise State had a huge lead and never really felt like they were able to capitalize on it and even let Colorado State back in the game. So don't let that Caitlyn be the reason this game goes another 36 minutes.
Well, yeah, that could definitely be the situation, but I don't know. Boise State's just more of a 7-Eleven kind of individual. They just never close until they know that they have to. That's kind of one of the things that always, I don't know, bothered me. No matter where the aggression is, it seems like the games run long. And now that we're in a tournament setting, you can't allow that to happen. You cannot allow for any amount of wiggle room from your opponent. You have to be decisive. Again, no mercy. And right now, Boise State's showing it. I want them to finish this game quickly.
This Sona build is just wild to me. We saw someone in the chat cheering for it. You went with the Relic Shield. Okay, that makes sense.
Now
Right
that's
into
a
the
sport
first
item,
by
yeah.
Tear of the Goddess, which is...
So I can heal you more!
I guess, but you know...
Listen, you're my lane partner, and now I understand why we have difficulties some days. All I want to do is make sure you live, okay? And again, this may not be meta, but I'm just trying to justify what's going on here. Devil's advocate, if you will. Because sometimes you just like to make sure, oh wow, Glenn's going to be used immediately. Dean is able to jump on in there, is able to get the taunt as well. DJ Kush is so slow, so lonely, and the Ignite is going to be the purveyor of that kill there, as it looks like E-Thug is going to get outsmited here, if I am not mistaken. No, never mind. Yes, actually he was. And it looks like instead is going to try to exchange there. Panic pings coming from all over the place. Top rotating down, bot rotating up, as it looks like nothing going to be done here. Boise State is going to lose a scuttle. That's about it, but they find themselves a kill in the process.
Yeah, I mean, I think actually Ethan got his smite on cooldown, so he was just ballsy enough to say, hey, I'll battle you without my smite. It's not going to land on the Kichi. Turret's going to should be enough. Ignite in the mid lane.
Yo!
Oh, he did it!
Get rid of all of those ignites! Are you absolutely kidding me? Count them! Anyways, Red Hot's jumping on in. They're gonna find Blade Storm. Ghosty, Magoski. Red Hot's trying to get out of there, but he is a big old rock. Stand away from the wall. Red Hot is still going to survive. Anyways, the big old thing when going up against a Graves. Nice Q there. You can do it a handful more times. Dean and Goblin looking to push out this bottom lane, finding some turret plates in the process. Ha! Goes the vision. And BSU looking fly.
I don't know. I mean, I guess Colorado State right now basically saying, all right, the only way we're getting back in this game is kills, because they're going to give at least 2 turret plates over to the BSU bot lane, while DJ Kush has to take the slow walk back all the way to base. Actually, Boise State not quite able to pick up that other one, getting a little more CS, but they should be able to get it before Soda comes back in lane. And Kichi's got to be very careful. The cleanse on cooldown. Flash looks like it's on cooldown from my, or off cooldown from my vantage point, so he has at least some escape.
You know, some being kind of a question mark, because there's only a handful of different ways from the taunt. Oh, see, watch this, watch this. Neener, neener, and the taunt. Oh, it actually landed. A Can of Crystal Arrow was not enough. A weird layering there. Boise State actually showing a little bit of a flip here. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Barrier is going to be picked up. Barrier is going to be used. See, took the ultimate. What did it do for you? Absolutely nothing here. As Ascent is able to get on out of here. Rudolph looking for a fight, just puts on the brakes. Here comes the opposing jungle. The kitty meows, and you are toast. And that is going to be another beautiful thing for Boise State. Hey, did you see when Silas stole the ultimate? Did you see what happened? You see what happened? It's like I called that. It's like I know what I'm talking about sometimes.
No, you
so
were
weird.
You were definitely right.
Pat my back, fish!
Hey, you did a great job. It's the unstoppable force I'm worried out, but I think there's more worries for Colorado State.
Oh my god, they find themselves another one on the bottom side. Teleport to secure what I am assuming is a free tower here if they wish to stay. Minions are going to fall relatively quickly here, but it looks like the third turret plate is going to fall here, and they will be able to escort the rest of these minions. 1 in 10, we're sticking to that kill a minute, just -1 here at this point as Boise State has a stranglehold 5,000 at 11.5.
see the gold differential. You see Bladestorm, he is winning by a few hundred. A 1,900 gold differential in the jungle once again. A 2,200 gold differential in the mid lane. 600 in the bot lane. That is a huge difference. I mean, mid and jungle right now for Boise State. The two new players from when these teams last met in the Mountains Finals. Ethug and Ascent putting in work and getting Boise State well on their way to the next round if they can close out this game. Hopefully sooner rather than later, because you look at these differentials, you look at the 4K gold lead, this game should not take longer than about 10 to 15 more minutes.
This is probably how my opposing team felt last night when they were bodying me. Like, this is a fun feeling if you're Boise State University. Nothing can go wrong no matter what they do. All they have to do is wait, where in the U.S. is Boise? That's in Idaho. Sorry, I had to respond to that one. Enchanted Crystal Arrow is going to be burned, but we're going to look elsewhere because the aggression is all over the place, and I just don't even know where to focus. And by I mean production. We are doing the best that we can, but Boise State is fighting on 3 different fronts simultaneously.
Boise State confusing the camera operator. That's just how aggressive the Broncos have been. You see the pings going out. Urgot in the Boise State jungle. Doesn't look like there's any follow-up. He'll blast going over the wall to safety. But this looks like a fight could come out between the top and jungles, and Boise State definitely has the edge. Rift Herald goes over the side of Colorado State.
Hey, they got to get something from this whole situation. A Rift Herald will definitely help them do something if they can. But Ethug going to be jumping the wall here. He is on the hunt. He's looking for Rudolph, but a quick recall will allow him to get out without issue.
Yeah, I mean, you just look at Colorado State and you got to wonder, where do you put all of your eggs? I mean, going for the cold, Bladestorm's incredibly far behind in terms of his damage build. He does have some nice stuff on the Red Hawk, but nothing too worrisome. The Caitlin's doing okay, but the CS is pretty equal, and she hasn't finished an item yet, so I don't really know, where Rudolph can go with this. Herald ult's going to miss from Bladestorm. Re-engage from Red Hots. There goes that hope.
Back it up, boys. We're done here. We're done here, boys. That's the embodiment of this game right here. And Boise State going to continue on. Go ahead, jump on over the wall. Hit him with the Q! Matt, we're done here. Again, we're done. If anyone needs me, I'll be, I don't know, playing solo queue. Never mind, he's going to be jumping on in with a front as well. There is a double kill. Boise State. Oh, that would have been a rude attitude maneuver there, but it looks like jumping on in is Frankie too. He's not just going to let these individuals leave, but Boise State still has Goblin in the wing. They're still here. They're still able to do whatever they want. Frankie G is walking into a 1v3 and thinks he can get himself out of it, but it looks like he's jumping on in. The taunt is going to be down. After the jump over the wall, here comes the hero's entrance, but the crit is good. The headshot is down. That kid he's put to sleep permanently for at least, 30 seconds or so. Flash over the wall is Dean, and Boise State again is going to get a sleep here. Coming on over, not able to thread the needle. Lots of damage coming down as the scent is going to be Meat Grinder, Night Splash, JK. It looks like Gray is going to pick up that one. The first sign of weakness in it is big for the side of Boise State.
Yeah, they're going to give 2 huge shutdowns. I think that was 700 gold on Kichi. That's probably the last place Boise State wanted to have to shut down on Ascent going over as well. And this is the thing that sort of plagued Boise State in Game 1. Rift Herald should potentially mean first tower. Actually, never mind. They won't get it low enough, but it'll still get a charge off. Dean wants blood, but Boise State's got to be careful.
Whoa, Dean's going to lock him on in. Am I careful? Did you mean jumping on into a crescendo phase first? Because that seems to be Ethug's kind of MO right now. Gonna throw out a Q, not gonna land there. But it does appear that Colorado State able to get out of there. Boise State was looking for something, wasn't able to find it. Bladestorm is looking for Ethug. He's looking to secure this glue. He is able to do so. Gives a hop, skip, and jump over. Dean is going to be caught. The taunt is there, trying to jump and punch his way out. He is not able to. Boise State University now looking for the follow-up aggression. Meanwhile, Zoe on bottom side, as well as the cable.
Unfortunately, another ult from Bladestorm going to miss. Probably had a chance to get somebody into the Meat Grinder. This is actually going to be first turn for Boise State, so they're going to get the bonus gold there. But the Broncos, once again, they've got to be careful. I mean, this is where I was critical of them in Game 1, where they sort of got a little careless and threw a lot of gold back at Colorado State. I mean, that gold lead had shrunk down to about 3 or 4K despite it being 13-3. So Boise State's still got to be incredibly careful that they don't get a little overzealous and hop right in when they don't have backup.
Sure, and again, that's a 5,000 gold lead in 16 minutes. Like, feels pretty good. Sorry, 4.5, whatever the situation is. But Boise State, as I said, probably limit testing a few things now that they know so decisively in game number 1, where they're at now, like, this is a confidence booster, man. Even if somehow, some way, you toss this game, you know that you're able to get these leads. You just need to close it out.
Red Hot this time going to do a good job disengaging. You can see he's finished the Sunfire Cave. Boise State in the Colorado State jungle, clearing some wards. E-Thug once again, highest level in the game at level 11. Actually, Bladestorm has equaled that. Sleepy Trouble Bubble going to miss, and Boise State right now just putting some vision around for that third dragon to try and put themselves on soul point.
Yeah, Red Hots is able to win this exchange here as far as top lane is concerned, pushing out his opponent. Looking for more CS as he is down, but at Boise State again to find themselves a Drake. That land, actually, I can't see because it looks like it might have been deleted. 3 Drake and an Air 1 at that for Boise State. The fact that that pushes them to soul, they love this. JK, they don't necessarily need the ultimate cooldown. The movement speed's definitely going to help. The individuals they have also already have relatively, I don't know, okay cooldowns on their ultimates. 2 of them don't even have them. So this is actually going to work in a little bit more favor of Colorado State if they're able to stack these. But right now, Boise State University is just choking out any opportunity to move as they find themselves a bottom lane turret. Mid lane is probably to follow as well.
Silas has stolen the unstoppable force, so Boise State does need to be careful that they don't stay too grouped up and let him get back in the game. Currently, Frankie G sitting at 0-4-1, just finishing the Hextech GOP. Infinity Edge been finished by Kichi. Essence Reaver on the Ash. You can see Ascent building towards that Rabadons with the Luden's Echo already done. Frankie G, this
Frankie,
might be a kill.
Oh no, Frankie, why? Frankie, come on, get on out of there! Oh, Frankie, why you walked into an abortion? Now you're dead. You should have known. You know what stops that?
These things called wards, right?
You're right. They're mythical little objects that you throw into places, and if your opposing team is not totally kicking you're allowed to in your own jungle, but just, you know. Oh, sleep time! Nice usage of the blast cone. Redemption is going to spot out DJ Kush as the rest of Boise State going to be coming on. And movement speed and flash, that was ridiculous! Get out of here, kid! That was so dumb. I love this champion. She's so fair, balanced, and awesome.
Yes. Yes, that's all I'm going to say on that is yes, by yes I mean no.
You don't mean it, Zoe. I hate her so much I learned to play her, so maybe I can respect her and I still hate her.
It's being 100-0 by something you can't even see, incredibly fun. It's not fun for the other team.
Oh, man. Anyway, that being said.
I mean,
It's just a night of experimental implementation, I think is the word I'm looking for. It's like, how quickly can we pull up one person? Yeah, and that's the other side too, because here comes the rest of Boise State, and a jump in there from Red Hawks is going to find EG looking a little dead there. In jump Justice Punch. Oh wow, we still have a Shelly? I didn't even realize that, as Bladestorm going to be jumping in here on Red Hawk. Teleport is going to be expended in the bush. I don't know if Boise State can see that. They are dropping a word, so they will be aware. They are going to get out and just let Geraldina, that will be decided on number 2. Geraldina is going to take Heraldina, sorry.
No, you're good.
Just going to take that turret there. The fight's still coming out. Frankie G has been slowed. Rock solid. A heal, a slow, a shot, and now comes the Q passive. Goblin looking so good here. Ascent putting out damage, giving out the taunt nonetheless. And my goodness gracious, 20 minutes is hit. They aren't even looking at Baron. They're going to crack that mid lane. They find the turret. Goblin is going to be caught out, takes a tilt over to the face, and here comes Ace in the hole. Dean is able to jump in on that. Red Hots is going to give up his life for the fact that Dean, as well as Goblin, are able to get out of here. But Boise State obviously playing with their food in more ways than one.
Stuck with the backup arrow in, they're going to re-engage.
If I do that, just assume there's an enchanted crystal arrow to the taunt and the layering is perfect. Just assume. Oh crap, speaking of, because it looks like the other side, excuse me, the other side of the playfield, that's Silas going to use the enchanted crystal arrow, layering beautifully with that Scion, right, or not Scion, I'm sorry, Urgot, and they are going to find themselves to kill their Colorado State. Sorry, I'm choking on my own excitement.
I'm just glad that Frankie G got a kill because he had the Ash ult while he was trying to get away from Red Hots, and I was like, okay, he's going to use it, and he's going to get the stun, he'll get away, and he just kept sitting on it, and then he eventually went down. So at least he was able to use it to get a kill. You can see Goblin has finished the Runon's Hurricane as well. Caitlin's still working on her second item, and you can just see the difference in the gold right away with how far ahead almost all of the Boise builds are. Thornmail's second item for Red Hots. He wants to shut down Bladestorm and Kichi, the two members, and Graves as well, but at 1 and 4, Graves not too much of a concern. Maul Malmortius by Bladestorm. He's trying to survive, but I don't even know if that magic damage shield is going to be enough to survive through the Boise State burst. By the way, that Tear of the Goddess just sitting there, not really doing a whole lot right now. Not even
it's there where you get to heal you more, right?
Yeah, I guess. Oh, there you go. Finally got it into the Archangels.
Hey, yeah. Now, eventually, one day I can hit a button and it gives me a shield. But you were talking about just like MR. MR is not going to matter when you're getting hit by the 30-second nodes that are Ash. By the way, Sleepy Time T, Dean gonna push everybody forward. Actually, a lot of time in there, including ultimate. But that should be an immediate soul for Boise State. There's no way they can really trade this one out. They're gonna lose topside for it, sure, but they now have a full soul. They can do whatever they want, and that's it's so hard explaining to people like the layers of buff, like Baron, Elder, Soul, because like, okay, well, never mind, D-Thug's dead and are going to get another kill for that matter. Frankie G is now being collapsed upon. Boise State just says, cool, that works for us. Demon is also gonna find one. No, actually, he's going to find two in the opposing jungle. Looks like Bladestorm's looking for anything here. But right now, Boise State is just going to smack him right in his mouth. Crescendo comes on out. Bean is going to waltz his way out of this. E-Thug is able to get on out as well. And even jumps over the Caitlyn traps. They're eyeballing Baron. 5:21, 23 minutes in. Again, almost following that 1 minute per kill mantra that I was so excited about. Baron at 50%. And there is 0 members from CSU. As you say, we take these.
Yeah, there's not going to be Baron disaster this time, as we saw earlier. Boise State with the easy, crucial Baron, 3 minutes to probably end the game if Boise State can pull it off correctly. They've got a free inhibitor in the mid lane, so Baron buff, probably one more fight, probably a game ender for Boise State if you're Colorado State. Hope the Broncos get overzealous, bait them into the super laser at this point. That might be your comeback.
I'm sure. Look, dude, my hair has even adjusted side since the beginning of this game because I am flabbergasted right now. Like, Boise State walked in with an absolute flail. Oh, actually gonna get the compound. It looks like it's gonna be flanked there on the other side. A great enchanted crystal arrow, followed by the hero's entrance to make sure Boise State is not going to be, oh my god. Instead just blows up one. They're going to find the other, and then it's just going to be surgical and precise removal here. Dean, Justice Punch, Goblin, kill. It looks like Blade Storm becomes a Blade Runner is where I was going with that. And it's going to be forced back to his base. Inhibitor destroyed. Spirit-empowered minions. Here, Red Hots wants to be healthy, but the rest of his team will continue to put their thumb on the jugular and refuse to let go. The teleport is there. Ascent has found yet another. A turret is down. Nexus Turret 2 is in the wings, and that is it. Game, set, match, victory for Boise State University.
Gonna get one more there as they wrap it all up as Rudolph gets taken out to pad the nice little stats there. Boise State going to absolutely dominate Colorado State. A back-to-back just clinic on how to win. Broncos victorious. They're going to move on to the winners final. That is coming up a week from today, October 13th. They'll play the winner of San Jose and Nevada. Nevada as the reigning Mountain West champion. You would think advance, and that would be the 1 and 2 seeds as seeded by the Mountain West playing each other in the finals. So it does look like maybe the Mountain West was right in that, but we'll have to see how the Wolfpack and Spartans game go. For now, all we know, Boise State right now 4-0 in this tournament, cruising right past Colorado State, going to send them down to the second chance bracket. And Chizu, I mean, that was a clinic by Boise State. I mean, questionable drafts by Colorado State aside, Boise State really showed that when they get ahead, it's going to be really, really hard to come back.
Not to be
graphic, but have you ever seen what happens when like a seagull like flies into a 747 and like hits the windshield and or the turbine? Because that is exactly what happened there in that game number 2, and we even saw hints of that catastrophe in game number 1. And Boise State just, listen, I don't know what I saw today. I like it, and I will ask no more questions.
Yeah, I mean, huge props to E-Thug. I mean, it's got to be probably the Idaho Central Credit Union player of the game. 30 kills, I believe, maybe 31. I think it was 18 in game 1, 12 in game 2. I think a 30-4 score line. I'd have to go back and double check. Either 30-4 or 30-5. I mean, we've seen it. I mean, that's been what Boise State's MO has been ever since he joined the team. He's going to get the kills. Now the results are starting to go the Boise State way, so I'm glad they're starting to figure, all right, hey, E-Thug's going to get 10-plus kills. How can the rest of us make sure we're there to support him? And Boise State's figured that formula out, and that's what they ran to a T against Colorado State.
Oh, like, again, can we just do, like, Idaho Central Credit Union team of the game? Because, like, seriously, there was not an individual I can, like, point out and be like, that was dumb. I mean, fine. Dean doesn't get it because he allowed him a Jais on a support, but let's find out what
Bowling in the mid lane. Barely blocked by Savinian. Ascent, actually.
Thanks, minions, but in comes the Lilia Eep, and you're gonna get hit. The damage is there. Flash is expended, and 2 Boise State members flash auto. What a rude dude! And he pulls himself away with the anchor, followed by the really cute.
It's not necessarily a, hey, okay, we're good to go. He's dead because Carthage Salt it could come out. There's the engage.
Oh, sleeping time. Go back to mid, please. Yep, everyone's sleeping. E-Thug's picking that one up. A kill here on the bottom side. Dean is able to find DJ Kutch. The Requiem is going to be used. Everybody.
A big shout out to Ascent there. And, you know, I know we've been guilty of saying, you know, it's usually guys who get the kills who get players of the game. I know E-Thug's got a bunch of them, but I feel like E-Thug kind of got robbed on that one. I'm gonna be honest.
If you look at the chat right now, the entire team is right there, and like Dean, E-Thug, everyone's like, POTG, congratulations. It's absolutely hilarious. But that being said, man, just all of them played absolutely amazing. It's all of them dank hooks, as you will. But I feel like there was a little bit of a highway robbery here, but again, we don't make the rules, we just talk about them.
Make good right there. You actually saw the Sleepy Trouble Bubble landed. Ascent was going to get a kill, but a sneaky Nidalee Spear came in and got the last second. So that was revenge. Ascent's in production. He's like, hey, E-Thug stole my kill. Give me Idaho Central Credit Union player of the game. So that's exactly what they did. But you put it perfectly, Chizu. This could easily be team of the game. Really, as you said, no one to really pick apart. Everyone played their role perfectly. Everyone was phenomenal for Boise State. And that's usually what's going to happen when you have 2 games in a row where the goal lead at one point hits 10K. But congratulations to Ascent, Idaho Central Credit Union player of the game. Idaho Central Credit Union, who leaves a great player, makes a team more successful, just like they're helping their members achieve financial success. Huge shout out to Ascent, huge shout out to E-Thug and the rest of Boise State's League of Legends team, staying up on the top side of the bracket, advancing to the winners finals, and getting ready for a date between San Jose State and Nevada.
Listen, dude, I love these players. Again, if you are in the chat right now, I wasn't just flexing. Like, seriously, I was talking about the boys and everything. And it's just, like, super cool to see everyone kind of following through. It was like a post-game lobby in our own chat of both sides of the players. It's absolutely amazing. Even St. Daniel stopping on in. I do have to say, you got to watch out for UNR, dude. They will destroy and devour you as we move forward. The question is, did they beat San Jose State, former champions of the Esports Challenge? I was there when they broke our hearts once and then took the tournament for themselves. Boise State, though, moving on October 13th. Mark your calendar, because even if I'm not on desk, I'm gonna tailgate. I'm opening up a tailgate a week from today, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Fish, if you're not on desk, oh wait, you will be. Sorry. All right, everybody else, ribs and ramune at my house.
Yeah, the tailgate party. You know, we'll just throw it. We'll just have the party. We'll just cast from your house there, Cheese. We could just do that very easily.
Let's go, man.
I mean, as much as I like the desk, if there's ribs involved, I'll be there. But we'll have to see how we want to do that. But yeah, as you mentioned, Boise State a week from today, they'll be in the finals. either team of former champions. You mentioned the San Jose State. Nevada won it last year over Colorado State. So either way, it's Boise State versus a former Mountain West champ. Be curious to see if the Wolfpack or the Spartans are going to be victorious. I would lean Nevada simply because they are the reigning champs and they are the 2 seed, but we'll have to see. Well, as we wrap things up, a huge shout out to chat, as you mentioned there, Chizu, for having a great time with it. Even the players all hopping in. A huge shout out to production, of course, to Chizu for joining in for Rocket League. Baratel for hopping in there for Game 1, as I always like to say. Kind of glad we didn't see more Baratel because that would have meant Boise State would have lost. So happy he was to come along for that. And, of course, a big thank you to everyone who watched, even if you didn't participate in the chat. Thanks for being there for Boise State in their victory over Colorado State. That'll do it for us tonight. We'll have more action coming up tomorrow, but we'll leave you with the top 5 plays from League of Legends and Boise State's 2-0 victory over Colorado State. Over the Orn. That right now to me has to be the biggest question mark for CSU's draft.
Oh man, and Jennifer's arrow is going to land one swipe there from Ethug. Took nearly 70% in this kill bush, looking for the rest of Boise State, and they are going to find him. They are going to find, it looks like Ethug able to flash out as the shotgun legs don't do what they want. A first blood over to Boise State off of the tip of a spear and a kiss of a fist from Zoe. I'm sorry, not so much a fist as a paddle.
I don't really know, where Rudolph can go with this. Terrell ult's going to miss from Bladestorm. Re-engage from Red Hots. There goes that hope.
Back it up, boys. We're done here. We're done here, boys. That's the embodiment of this game right here. And Boise State going to continue on. Go ahead, jump on over the wall. Hit him with the Q. Matt, we're done here. Is enough there from Ethug. And as another one comes on through, gets in the old Eep, you're out! You couldn't watch out because you're toasty Magosti. There's the triple. Dean looking to set this one up. It's coming through. Quadra, count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know Jin has that number, but he's also gone an ace for Boise State. Coming out here in jumps, Red Hot's here. Rudolph is going to find Goblin in the meantime. He's going to find a double. Red Hot's looking to do just about the same. Is able to pick up yet another as it's Red Hot, DJ Kush, and he's got the fancies defeat. Going to lifesteal off that Tiamat is burned, and oh my god, the triple there for Red Hot.